Welcome out to the Kojaks 5 on the Button live stream. We are running a 5 on the button just for a couple hours. This is a special treat. Every player sitting at the table requested for a live stream. So when you request it, we give it to you live out at Kojaks. And we've got actually a pretty new table. A couple returning faces, but a pretty new table. So we're going to flip you over to the action. Joining us in the booth for just a few minutes is our friend John. And here we are, straight to action, straight to action. Mr. Donald looks down, sitting in seat number, I believe it's 8. Yes, seat number 8. Looks down at the Jack 10. We call that the Basil out here. Vitali in seat number 1. Likes that Dolly Parton. He's going to bet it with 15. Actually, he's going to call it. The K9 sitting in Boogie's hand. Who is Boogie? I'm trying to figure out who. Oh, Boogie's right here in seat number 2. Okay, I'm with it. Joining me in the booth is Mr. Jake and also Mr. Tug. Tug's going to take over in just a few moments. Flop comes out. Ace 10 deuce, 2 diamonds. Moyer's got the absolute best of it. Paired his ace and has the nut flush draw. Donald picked up middle pair tens. I don't see anybody with a sneaky deuce for a deuce on the turn.
Oh, this is a tough spot for Boogie here with 2 diamonds.
He's got the king high buried. He doesn't realize how buried he truly is. It'd be terrible if a king hit on the turn. So you see the chip stacks. They've already been playing out on the floor on table number 1. They wanted to move in there, so they've actually built their stacks up quite a bit. Turn card is out, and we've got the first check. It's a mystery turn, but Moyer likes it. Moyer liked it enough to bet 50 into a pot of 125.
We got the nut flush draw in the second nut flush draw. The diamond pops off. This is going to be...
It looks like a spade out there on the turn. And that's going to be a nut. Oh, he said, I'm not done.
The diamond did come in. Okay.
He's going to call up.
He shoved?
No, he calls.
So there it is. We did have a few board problems, but we will get that corrected on the next hand. We are doing a little training, but it's going to be a whole lot of fun. There you see a 10 of diamonds, deuce of diamonds, queen of diamonds. You've got to feel real good about your hand when the queen of diamonds is on the board. Three diamonds on the board. Boogie lost the absolute minimum. Yes, lost the absolute minimum that he could. Moyer could have taken him to the bank, but he chose for equity over that. And that's not something that you see out at Kojaks. We've got, I'm not going to call them a bunch of crazies, but we got a bunch of players out here. They like to put that money in the pot, and oddly, it did not go into the pot. So
yeah, you got to feel good if you're Boogie there.
Yes.
You got to show him the king high flush and put Michael in the pain chamber. Like, how do you just call it?
Yeah, how do you only get that amount of money? That's the craziness. So if you're watching tonight and you're looking for something fun to do, we do have a freeze out. If you're not familiar with a freeze out, it is $120. Starts you off with 20,000 chips. You have that dealer appreciation option if you want. Put an extra $10 in the pot. We'll give you an extra 5,000 chips. We've got, I'm looking at the clock real fast to see how long we have left in registration. You better hurry your rear end up. We've got about 14 minutes left if you want to get into it. So head on out to Kojaks. We've got 1-5 on the button. We've got a list up for another one. We've got a few players setting out front, ready to go. So here we go. Old Man River. I like that name.
Pops it to $20 with the ace-4 offsuit and the hijack.
That is Mr. Zach Terry, Old Man River. I like this. Players are starting to use nicknames. Unfortunately, we don't have their pictures up today, but we will get them in.
And Travis calls with pocket 5s.
Oh, pocket 5s is such a monster, except when you don't flop a 5.
And Vitali in there with the 9-3. He does not have a folding range, it looks like.
So Vitali is very, let's go even further. He's extremely dangerous because he might float one here with a $50 bet.
Oh, he's definitely going to take one off now that he flopped a pair.
Yes, and he's also got, there's an extra 100 with that $50 bet sitting in the pot. We're at 155, so if he calls, oh, he didn't. Boogie did, though.
And we don't know what Boogie has.
It's the Kojaks guess his hand. 6 of hearts on the turn. We saw a flush on hand number 1. Good possibility there could be another one. I'd like to see 4-5 of hearts in his hand.
Well, he can't have the 4.
Zach's got the straight flush draw.
Yes, unless Boogie has the 5-8.
And Boogie just leads out right into him for a bet at 80.
So what I think he probably has a middle to high heart in his hand, probably around a 9-10 of hearts, and I would say he's got a queen. No, and that is one that we will never, ever know. So once again, if you're joining us here at Kojak's tomorrow, which is Friday, we have our $2,000 guaranteed free roll starting tomorrow at 6 p.m. Head on out, have a great time. We do have some free keg beer out there if you're ready to twist one off and have fun at Kojak's. Also coming up at the end of May, May the 23rd through June the 4th. We have the West Texas Poker Championship Series kicking off. We have 14 great events, mystery bounty, $100 rebuy, freeze-outs. We've got that beautiful Texas stack. We've got the $50 Frenzy, PLO, ROE, Big O, High Roller, which is always a fan favorite. Prize pool's always around $30,000. And then that leads us into our main event, $25,000 guaranteed main event buy-in is $360. So if you're not doing anything later on this month, get ready for a wonderful tournament series at Kojak's. And here we are with another one of those hands. Donald and Vitali back-to-back. Terrible flush draw.
Yep, Donald opens for 25 under the gun, and Vitali elects to call with a dominated flush draw with the queen nine of hearts, and Mike picks up big slick and 3-bets it to $125.
Jake, we call that a buck and a squirt at Kojak's. Just so you know, buck and a squirt's $125. And that's the type of flop that always comes out. The best hand in poker hit on that flop, 5-3. Completely.
Absolutely. And everybody whiffs, and it's going to, whoever has aggression is going to take it down. Vitali has a chance here to lead out and steal it from Michael. Not a lot Michael can do on this type of board, facing a lead. He does have a king of diamonds. For him to float here, I mean, it's just pretty incredible because Vitali only has, or does he have a lot more in his stack? It shows he has 240, but it looks like he has a lot more.
Yeah, it looks like he's got about 1,000. Now Vitali probably is going to keep firing, which he is. He's going to. Ooh.
And this is the danger of floating with the ace king on a board like this. You just don't have a lot of opportunity to win the pot, and just another $100 bet looks like value town.
Look at this.
He still calls.
He's got a read. Does he have a read, or
he
does
has
he
to
just
have a
think his
read.
aces? That's so. If you call on a board that's 5, 6, 3, 4, and you think you're good with your ace, when a queen comes on the river, do you think you're still good?
Does he raise here with his diamond, though, just to make it scary?
So here's the question: if he comes over the top, can Vitali call?
He's going to fold. Vitali has to fold if he comes over the top.
Oh, he
Wow,
just
just calls him down. Wait, did he say all in? No. Okay. And he's going to be tilted there because he was right on flop and turn, and just Vitali hit that suck out queen.
I don't think he's going to be tilted because he was right all the way.
Well, it's tilting that he catches up there when you were right?
Yes.
You're calling your guy down. He's making a foosball bluff, and all of a sudden he hits this weird card on a board that was already straighty. You don't expect him to turn up with a queen there. So yeah, it's definitely tilting for Michael, to not take down that pot after making the right read.
Oh, poker, you can do everything right and end up wrong. I love it. I love it. So come on out to Kojak, Saturdays at Kojak, starting at 2 p.m. We have that beautiful deep stack tournament. $240 starts you off with 50,000 chips, which I was closer. Paulette, we wish you were closer too. We'd love to have you out. If you ever head out to Kojak's, your first daily is going to be on us if you ever head out to the Midland, Odessa area.
And her first hour of time.
Yeah, absolutely. We got you covered. But in the meantime, fill up that chat. Tell us if is it Ryan or Rainey?
Rain.
Rain. Okay, I had it wrong all the way around. Rain wakes up under the gun with pocket aces and instantly $5
To
$12X
$60. Yep.
We got aces versus queens versus nines.
versus Jack 8 suited. And Vitali's already called. And I don't know, Miss Paulette, if you've never played at Kojak's, this is a common out here. We play a version of the game called 5 on the button. No small blind, no big blind, $5. And then where the small blind usually is, under the gun, picks up first action. So here we go. We're probably going to have 4 players, $245-ish in the pot. Let's see how this one plays.
Zach 3 bets. 160.
Yep. Zach pops it up to $160 here with
And
the
look
queen.
at this. Donald has ace 8 suited of hearts.
Makes the call.
Yeah, so there we go. Donald makes the
Wait.
call. Vitali folds.
Wait a second here. Rain didn't just flat this 3-bet.
Yes.
After Donald called the 155 range
That's sneaky. That's dangerous.
in a four-way pot. I mean, his stack isn't that deep. There's not really much you can do other than put it all in.
That's typically a spot you should shove, but let's see if it works out. We've got four-way action: aces, queens, nines, and ace 8.
He just gets the perfect flop, and Charlie's favorite hand comes out with the 5-3, but
I'm
no
telling
one's
you,
got it.
It's a monster. It's underplayed. So here we go. You've got aces shoving.
No, he's betting 100. He's getting to get max value here. You know, Donald does have the nut flush draw. Mike makes the call with pocket nines. Zach's gonna put it all in, and you're just happy that you only have a couple $100 behind.
Donald's gonna call with nut flush draw.
Yep, Donald's gonna call here with the nut flush draw.
So here you are, chat.
He's only got $80.
The biggest pot of the night, already at $1,550.
Of course, he's gonna call with aces.
Yeah, he's got to put it in there. I mean, you don't expect anybody to call with Jack 3, Jack 5, 5-3.
He's pot committed. He only had a couple $100 behind. That's he did get max value by playing it like this.
And so Moyer does let it go. Old Man River is in there with queens. Rain is in there with pocket aces, and Donald is in there with ace 8 suited.
So we'll have to see if this. I guess Donald would have never folded no matter what after the call pre-flop because he only had $80 behind.
I'm going to turn up this table chat a little bit. Oh, and look at that. The deadly queen. Zach takes the lead. That is not what and the ace. Oh, my gosh. That is insane. So it goes. Aces in the lead on the flop to queens in the lead on the turn to the flush and the lead on the river. Holy cow. Harry knew it was coming, too. Look at that. He said heart coming. He called it. He called it. So the aces were in the lead on the flop with Jack high. The queens went to the lead on the turn with a set of queens, and then the hearts went to the lead on the river. And just like that, Donald pulls it all the way in. $1,480 pot goes to him. Holy cow.
Yep, and that's a huge come up for Donald, who started the hand with, about $300.
Yeah, so the side pot actually went to Old Man River, Mr. Zach, wearing that beautiful Kojak's hat right there. So he got the outside pot with a set of queens. And just like Harry said, zing, Zach picks up the inside pot.
Vitaly, you want your button?
And so as you can see, our table chat is actually working today. We've done some work on it. If you out there in chat land, if you have any suggestions, anything that you'd like to see us do out here at Kojak's, hit us up in the chat. Let us know what you'd like to see. We've got some wonderful promotions coming next month. I'm not going to let them out yet. I'm going to hold you in suspense for maybe a few more days. But we've got some amazing new promotions coming out next week. We're at the 27th, so we'll announce them on Facebook tomorrow for y'all. Be sure and tune into our Facebook and get excited because we've got some stuff coming specifically for the players. So here we go, 96, or some people call it 69, suited. Old Man River just won a big inside pot. Queen Jack, Corey looks down, King Queen. Donald looks down, he's running his rush, Queen 3.
Yep.
Not the greatest hand in poker.
I don't know if you were here the other day, but Vitaly won a huge pot with Queen 3 versus
runner 3.
Baby Boy Cruz, and it put Baby Boy in a world of hurt. Let's see if it connects on this board.
So here we go, coming with a refresh of chips. That was crazy, wasn't it, Mr. Dante? Here we go. Flop comes out. King Jack 5. King Jack 5, 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart. 2 people pick up a great piece of it, King Queen and Queen Jack. I definitely wouldn't want to be in Old Man River's position right now.
But comes out with a $15 little feeler bet. Corey decides to flat.
Is that a control bet?
Yeah, he just wants to know, if he's good. And
I'm telling you, 5-3, the greatest hand in poker.
Yep, 5-3 again. Charlie should be in there with 5-3 playing. This is why flatting the king on this board is actually a good play. It keeps, Zach thinking he has the best hand, and
it's hidden.
Right. And now Zach's gonna think again.
5-3.
Queen 3 would have been
No, 5-3 is even better. You guys underestimate the power of 5-3.
So Zach's going to go for a triple barrel here. I'm not sure I like it. Getting called in 2 spots. I'd want to check this river and allow the missed straight draws to bet. He's going to value own himself in this situation.
And Corey was a little skeptical of that. He only made the call due to the fact that 3-3 came out.
Right, and his opponent's barreling into him 3 times. So there's not a lot of hands that you can target to raise there. Maybe a weaker king, but I like how he played it. You see a lot of players play their hand straight forward. They hit top pair. Someone bets into them. They raise. That's all great, but you do send alarm bells off to your the player betting, and now all of a sudden you're shutting down his bluff. So slow playing, top pairs on boards that don't have flush draws can be very profitable, and that's what happened there, and it cost Zach a couple extra bets. So Zach picks up pocket 10s. Michael Moyer opens up ace-10 offsuit from under the gun to 15. Just gets flatted by Zach. Old man river. Donald's going to come along with the queen-jack offsuit for 15, and Vitaly's got a great hand to crack all of them with the 9-8 spades. Boogie's in there too with the 5-4.
Flop comes out king, queen, 6, Skittles on the suits.
So bad board for Zach. But Queen Jack's in the lead, and everyone checks through.
We'll got a couple backdoor straight draws, too. Boogie. Look at this.
With the 5-4 offsuit, and everybody checked him, showed some weakness. He thinks he's going to be able to take it down. Mike comes along with the gutter.
Old man river with those 10s coming along. I don't see Donald going anywhere either. Vitaly's going to check out. So here we go. Pot's already escalating all the way up to $215. Turn card comes. Another queen. Donald is in fuego.
Yep, and he's going to probably go along with this check again. And now that Boogie, had 3 people call him. I mean,
he's not giving up. Look at this.
It's wild.
So it looks like he pulled 30 off, so it looks like around $70.
The problem with this situation here is when you get called on the flop by your opponents, they check call a lot of their queen X range, and so you're just betting into this queen X a lot of the time when there's 3 opponents in the hand. So, it's going to be very tough for him to win in this type of situation.
So he's essentially representing queen jack. I mean, he's not representing king queen because he would have check raise. So he's representing queen jack, exactly what he does have there. Now, if you're Donald, you just call here.
Right.
So here's the question. If you call there, you know your opponent's going to check on the river. So what he essentially did, he raised, so he's forcing more action in the pot. Either way, he's getting the same amount.
Not necessarily. I mean, if you're putting your opponent on some bluffs, you don't want to raise because they're just going to give up. So if you're putting your opponent on a king, you don't want to raise because they're going to put you on a queen. So the best play there is just to call and hope your opponent fires again. When you raise there, now you're going to narrow their range. The only thing they can call you with, Charlie, is a queen, right? Yes. So you don't want to raise in these type of situations. You got to let your opponents hang themselves. Perfect.
Looks like we had a chase to the game.
Can we play 10-handed in this?
Yes, we can.
Alrighty, 10-handed poker. Nothing worse than that. Just kidding. Yep, Chase, the action player, loves to get in there with a lot of different hands. And Donald did ended up winning that hand and playing his rush, so he opens here. Looks like about $25.
Starting to catch up. All right. King, queen. Got a call by Rain. Chase making the call with the jacks. Vitali staying in there with the 6-5 off.
If it looks like a lot of these players are just wanting to flat a lot of their bigger hands. I mean, with this many people in the pot, you're going to want to 3-bet jacks. Donald being in early position, might be a little scary for you.
9, queen, 9. Donald just coming out ahead again.
With the 2 diamonds on there, I don't hate the bet. There's some hands that can turn you. Typically on these type of textures, when the board is paired out, I'd like to see a check. But with this many people in the pot, nothing wrong with leading out here and trying to take it down.
Looks like Rain's going to try to get sticky with those 5s.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Understand his. Yep.
No, there we go. He was just counting it out just to
see if he wanted to get lucky on the turn there. And if you're Chase, you flatted pre-flop, right?
Right.
What do you want to do on this type of board in a 7-way pot? Right? You're going to have to just lay it down. You flatted pre, you got a bad board, you lay it down. This is not a time to now put more money into the pot. If you wanted to put more money into the pot, you want to 3-bet it pre-flop. It looks like some pain on the turn.
He does call the 75. Queen.
Another queen.
Just the boat.
So Donald needs to be checking here and allowing Chase to
Set himself.
To turn his hand into a bluff or something like that. And he got another call?
Yeah.
Wow. So Chase, like I said, coming in sticky. And he's going to just want to check it back and show it down at this point. And it worked out for Donald to bet that turn.
Donald just on a heater right now.
If he would have 3-bet to, let's say, around $100, Donald probably would have folded the king queen, pre-flop, and he would have won the hand.
For sure.
So it's very important to, when you get these bigger pocket pairs, to isolate and try to get heads up, try to get 3 ways. When you take these these hands 7 ways, you're just not going to know where you're at. You're going to need a perfect board, and you're going to lose some money. So let's see what comes up on this next hand.
We've only played 8 hands, and Donald's up already $1,180.
Gotta love it. The 5 on the button here. Tons of actions here at Kojaks. Looks like Travis picks up the ace-king of clubs and limps in. Maybe setting a little bit of a trap.
Sound like Mike raises to 25 with his king 7 off.
Right, and so, so far this trap is working for Travis. He's just got Michael dominated. And Michael's going to think that he can, just bully him off.
Chase following him with the 5-7. He has nut clubs with his ace-king and just checks. Just sets the trap.
You got to love it. Travis with about 360. Mike wisely checks. Another club. You're going to want to check again. I like it. No one's shown any aggression yet, so you got to give someone a chance to hang
See if
themselves.
Mike C-bets right here.
There it is, delayed C-bet. Yep, and that's why you want to check there. I love just a flat call at this point. You have the nuts, and
he raises.
Yep. Just hoping that Michael has something here that he can call his raise with. This is what I see a lot from a lot of players. When you are trapping, you want to stay in line with what you're doing.
For sure.
As soon as you start to switch it up, the jig is up. Just keep trapping him. Slow play it. Let him bet the river. Come on, guys. Tell your story, but keep it consistent.
Chase in there showing his dedication. He's over here doing work reports while he's playing.
He's always in there with his notebook and, like you said, bringing the work to the poker table. Gotta love it.
Mike raises to 30 with the king 10 off. Travis with the jacks. See what he does here on the button. Just does a simple flat. Raise. Raise announced. $105 raises $80 more dollars. Or raises $75. I'm sorry.
Yep, I like it. You got to isolate. And I'm surprised Mike's going to call with the king 10 offsuit. Just doesn't match up well with a lot of your opponent's 3-betting range, but we'll see what comes out. And
Jack.
just nightmare flop for Michael.
A little down bet.
He's got to bet it. There's a flush and straight draw out there. And Mike's going to peel one. Perfect card for Travis here. And I expect Mike to lay it down at this point. Not a lot of bluffs your opponent's going to have. 3-betting pre-flop, leading flop, and turn. But Mike's getting sticky. Drawing dead.
Six on the river. So 10s and 6s against jacks. And he shoves for what little he has left. It's about 135.
There's $725 in the pot. And the river bet's $135.
130.
If you're Mike here, you never think you're good, but you've already put in $350. So why not put in the rest?
Calls it. Jack's full. Travis just scoops another one.
Mike's an excellent player. That just goes to show, when you get sticky versus some of these guys that are 3-betting a super tight range, you're going to end up in these spots where you have no idea where you're at and you're just hoping you're good. Hey, James, what's going on? The buy-in is 70% of the biggest stack. The minimum buy-in is about $200.
It's a 2 to 800 buy-in with a 70% big stack option. So let's see. If Donald would be the biggest chip leader right now, it looks about 1550. You'd be able to buy in for almost 11.
Donald giving a little commentary to that big hand, that big three-way all-in where he hit the river heart. And I like the raise sizing people are, going to with 5 on the button, simple $15.
You got Travis with Ace King. You got Donald with Queen Jack here. You got Vitaly with the gut shot. Boogie with the gut shot. They all got everything all over.
Yep, Travis.
Welcome to Kojak's where you're going to flop everything.
Travis decides to, flat the Ace King offsuit. We saw him 3-bet the jacks just the hand before. A lot of guys have this old school mentality. Ace King's a drawing hand, and that's okay. He's got his opponents right where he wants them. And as long as he sees, some nice bricks on the turn and river, he's going to win a nice pot here.
He's actually the only one with backdoor clubs, too.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. That's
Bag.
Robert.
And then you got Donald improving to open-ended. So you got Travis with top pair and a flush draw. Now he's got trips. 2 pair versus...
So you're going to want to, go for some value at this point.
It's hard to go for value at this point, though, with 3 clubs on the board and
you bet 125 too.
the straight. Buck and a squirt.
Back in a squirt.
Donald's good enough to lay this one down.
What's 150, Jake?
Oh, he makes the call.
Cow and a calf.
Makes the call.
Yep, I mean, with the ace pairing, Donald's going to feel like his queen is probably
For sure.
good. And but like, Charlie said there, with the clubs and the straight, yep, like Charlie said there, with the clubs and the straight, completing on that turn, going to be tough for a queen to be good versus that river bet. Okay, Chase picking up the ace jack.
Little raise, $20.
Mike calling with the king queen. We haven't seen a lot of 3-betting. It's been a very call happy table, even with hands that could be considered standard 3-bets, but with the stack sizes being varied, nothing wrong with flatting some of the better parts of your range.
For sure. And you got just flopping it.
Mike just flopping the nuts. It's going to be interesting. Unless someone tees off on a bluff, it's going to be hard for him to get value. And Chase.
Just c-betting.
Yep, Chase doing that. And Michael has no choice but to flat his boat and hope Chase continues to fire off. He has, a diamond, a 10 of diamonds.
That would be the only scare card.
And he continues to lead for a small sizing, just hoping Mike is on a weaker draw. And Mike just going to keep allowing him to barrel off here.
And Mike wanted him to catch up on his diamonds. You probably see what Chase does right here. See if he tries to rep the diamonds and run into the boat.
Can you see? Does he only have 145 behind? I can't tell. I know it says that on the screen. He gives up here. And I like just a shove here from Mike. It looks like you might have missed something in straight draw.
A little 150.
Hoping to get, a crying call here from, any pair that he might have, a queen, and maybe he has pocket aces.
Makes the call.
He makes the call with ace high. Okay. They're sticky here at Kojak's.
I heard him say rebuy.
Not sure what he thought he was beating. Alrighty, guys, we got one of the fan favorites here. Mr. Dante is gonna step in and give some of his expert commentary. Hey, Kristen. I'm rooting on your husband, I'm guessing. Got Kristen Moyer in the chat. Glad to see you. Which one? This one? What's going on, Dante? How are you?
You know, always doing great, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I love seeing you out here every day, grinding at Kojak's, mixing it up with the players, always having a smile on your face. Pleasure to have you here in the booth.
Man, it's the best place in the world to be, besides Disney World. Hey, it's like 1 or 1A, you feel? Good. So what's going on? What are we who's winning? Who's winning right
Game just started. Donald's been running hot. We just had a barrel check call with ace high. These players are getting wild right now.
What's new?
Nothing much, man. Just a beautiful day out here in Midland, Texas. The kids are up and they're cheering their dad on too. Well, their dad just hit a full house and he's about to get something to eat. Little Jimmy John's. Yeah, we love to see Michael here. He's just an absolute great player, and hell of a guy as well, Kristen.
All right, so it looks like gets Donald flops top pair. Not much for anyone else.
Yep, Donald continuing to run pure here. Had a $300 stack not too long ago. He's almost up to $1,400. Probably going to put a little feeler bet out there and see what happens. Looks like Vitaly called and diamonds have now peeled off.
All right.
Expect Donald to what? Slow down a little bit, Dante?
This many players? Still?
No.
Oh, it's
coming out
the
swinging.
graphic. We got a graphic issue. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say heads up.
Yes, he is, Kristen. Yes, he is. He's an awesome guy. Wow, Donald's getting spicy here with the weak ace.
Going for some.
It looks like we do have a graphic issue. We do have all 5 cards on the board. Ace, deuce, 9, 3 diamonds. And, you know, Donald getting max value here with the ace 4 offsuit.
Same value.
Does he show ace? Oh, no. Just. That was weird. Sorry about that, guys. We'll get that fixed up here shortly.
So when am I going to see you on one of these, man?
Man, you know, I was on a stream not too long ago last year for the Texas stack. I got 3rd place and was hoping to take down the tournament, but ran into a big hand versus a fan favorite, Daryl, and he knocked me out. But, you know, look forward to getting back out here and on the stream again.
Hell yeah.
You know what the crowd wants to hear. They want to know when Dante's coming onto the stream. They haven't seen him in a while. They know you love to mix it up. They know you love to apply pressure, and they know you're a great player.
Oh man, I'm still a player in training.
You're a player in training. We're always in training.
Yeah, I actually have a sticker on my shirt I have to wear when I come in there. Honestly,
You're not a player. You just crush a lot.
subjective term. Subjective term. Man. Hey, this isn't about me though. But let's check this hand out.
Fair enough.
Travis making a little speculative call. He wants to take it to the streets.
It seems like, you know, when the pot is $20, people don't fold anything.
Yeah, I mean it's $20 bucks is $20.
Yep, that's true.
But it's only $20. So
Gas is cheap out here in Texas.
straight from the source.
Yeah, we got a raise from Chase from King Jack offsuit. Got $20. It looks like he's gotten the whole table to call. Almost a family pot. And he flops top pair. Got a gut shot. A dominated King 10 for Zach Terry.
This is gonna get interesting. All the kings are out.
Vitaly calling with a Jack 9.
And of course, as you said, Donald still running.
If you look at the percentages, Vitaly has 1% to win this hand.
Hey, So you're saying he's got a chance?
You know, I think the reason why he only has 1% is because Donald also is holding a 9. Mike Moyer looking for a jack on the turn, would give him the nuts, but 2 players are blocking it. That would also give Chase 2 pair, so it'd be interesting to see what comes off.
You see, he's not going to mess around with this. Too many players. He's just going to bump it up. Probably just try to looking to take this down.
Wow, that's a huge 3-bet to $400. And Chase might, Chase is sticky, but he lays it down. And Donald continuing to run over the table and win a lot of pots. Now, got a decision on Zach. What does he beat here?
10-8, Jack 10,
Right.
real spicy.
And do you think Donald's
That's about it.
going to be making huge bluff raises on the flop?
Maybe occasionally. Given how the game's gone for him, there's not really any. Probably isn't feeling the need to make these types of plays.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably dump it too.
Got a little dealer change. Jim from Philadelphia, one of the best dealers we got here at Kojak's. All our dealers are great, but we got some real expert dealers here. Just a pleasure. I come from the land of the worst dealers in America, Los Angeles. There's just the dealers out there are horrible. A lot of them, you catch. There's so many big rooms out there that you'll catch a dealer. It's their first day dealing. So it's a real pleasure out here in Texas. All the dealers are really good.
True. And very personable as well.
Yep. Yeah, you can actually have a conversation with them. I've seen Vitaly call with a lot of different hands yet. He hasn't really picked up anything to continue with. I'd love to see him, connect hard with a flop and win a pot here. He's great for the table, always giving action. And that's what we love to see here at Kojak's.
Of course.
He limps in with Queen 7 of diamonds for 5. Travis makes a min raise with the 10-9 offsuit to $10. Corey calling with the Queen 6 of hearts. And Donald calling for 10. And now Chase has Ace King. Expecting a nice 3-bet here. And we do see it. Looks like he goes for a nice little $70 sizing. And like I said, right on point, our man Vitaly not folding anything. Calling with the Queen 7 of diamonds here for 65.
That's a good hand. I wouldn't fold either.
You sure?
Suited. There's a queen.
All right, yeah.
It's like the
I
best
respect
card
it.
in the deck.
I respect it. And Donald playing his rush. Now, at a almost $1,700 stack, calling with the Ace 10. And now we got an interesting situation here. Chase with top, and Donald with middle pair. Vitaly
Backdoor straight.
just a hope and a prayer.
Don't underestimate the backdoor draws, guys. You guys be sleeping.
And wow.
Good.
So Chase just bets out, and Donald just lets it go. I like to see it. He was, hoping for a little bit better of a connection. Felt like his opponent probably had, something strong, and wasn't willing to call multiple streets to find out. Nothing wrong with that, guys. You don't need to hang on every flop.
Three folds off the rib. Boom.
Seen a lot of multi-way pots so far. I'd like to see a little bit more aggression, a little more heads-up play. Alrighty, Donald here with the Ace 8 of hearts, coming out for a bluff with the gutter ball. and Vitaly going with the snap call. We don't get to see Vitaly's hand, so let's sweat it. I expect a check from Donald at this point. And that's what we get. He picks up some equity. It's unlikely to be good. Vitaly leads out for 25 and gets a snap call. Goes check, check.
Assuming. Have you seen Vitaly's hand?
Nope.
Oh.
And Donald takes out another pot. Wonder what Vitaly was floating the flop with.
Another one. It's not just 9x.
Yep, 9x. That's
What 9?
That's exactly probably what the type of hand he had, Dante.
Ace 9.
Yeah, ace 9. Oh, well, no, a 9 would have been a straight on the turn. 8, 9, 8, 10, Jack, Queen, yeah.
Oh, see? That's why.
Well, you know,
that's why I'm in the booth and not on the table.
Well, it's Vitaly. I mean, he can be floating with anything. Nice little open here with ace queen from Old Man River. Zach Terry. Travis flattened the 10-8 of spades. Donald come along with another great hand, 9-8 of diamonds, and Rain mucking the Anderson King 6 offsuit. Vitaly coming along with pocket 4s, and Boogie with pocket 5s. A lot of potential here to see some fireworks.
Oh, yeah. I love all these hands.
Bang!
Bang!
What's it like to flop quads on an ace-high board, boys?
There we go. Hey, Donald's got the backdoor straight flush, guys. Don't sleep on it.
Just saying.
If you've never seen it before, you haven't played enough cards.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So Zach's probably going to think he's good. He bet 80. Like to see him go with a little bit of smaller sizing here in the multi-way pot.
Why is that? Why smaller?
You know, in a multi-way pot, you're not trying to on a paired board. You really don't want to go out for larger sizings. And now, wow. But the 9-8 of diamonds folded. And that's disappointing. Y'all should see Dante's face here. He's devastated.
Backdoor action.
You know, and you got your boy Vitaly still in, trying to figure out a way how he can win the pot.
You gotta love his heart, man. This guy's he's a problem solver, man. He's trying to figure it out.
Old Man River deciding to check the turn, and that's what I want to see here. In a multi-way pot, you want to pot control. Or no, he did lead out again. So he's looking to charge those weaker ace-x hands. And if you're Boogie, you're loving life right now. You're trying to sell it. I don't got shit. I'm just on a draw. I got a weak ace. Man, I really don't want to call. That's the type of message you want to send here to Zach. And look at him, you know, just thinking, how can I get more money out of Zach? Kissing it goodbye. You see this guy.
He sold it too hard, bro.
Oh,
but it doesn't
my
matter.
God.
Hell no. Oh, no.
And he just hits it just gets better for Boogie. Zach's going to think
He might have had a chance to get away, but, you know, the poker guys were not cooperating.
He's got quads. Oh, my God. Are you serious?
That wasn't even right.
And Zach, just a gut punch. Man, that's so gross.
Yikes.
Because you're thinking
That could have been me.
you're thinking of, he's got a 5.
That's why I didn't play today.
We all know you would have got away. What type, would you gone a similar sizing on the flop? What would you like to do on that type of board in a 4-way
I thought
pot?
80 was good.
Okay.
See, but I'm.
You
know,
do
I
have a
haven't-
little bit bigger sizings.
Oh, whoa.
Oh.
You watching me?
I'm not going to give away too much of your info here, but when Dante's at the table, it's not free money.
No, it is. It's free.
Now Zach just thinking, what the hell should I do now? What
Yeah, man, you can't get down on yourself about it. Everybody's gonna take those beats. If you're on the other side of the hand, it's gonna go exactly the same way. You're Phil Ivey, or you're the worst player on the planet. You just got it. Those ones just suck. You just got.
Who's Phil Ivey?
You just got to reload and just keep it pushing on those.
Yep, just max reload, right?
I mean, whatever you're gonna do, but don't get down on yourself about those. Hey, you're gonna lose. We're all gonna lose. That one. That's the poker guys.
Yep, and
Control on that one.
Zach getting a little more chips, gonna shake it off just like Dante said, and get back in the ring. DeQuania Johnson, I hope I'm saying that right. Good luck, babe. Who's that for? DeQuanja? How do you say that name?
DeQuania? Why do you think I would know how to say it better than you? You're significantly older than me. Your understanding of the English language should be
A little bit better.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm mentally challenged, Dante. That's why I was asking for some help.
That's why.
Don't throw me under the bus. Alrighty, back to the game here. Donald with another monster. Ace King offsuit, raising it to $40. Rain, trash, 10-3, fold. Chase picking up a nice 10-7 of clubs, lays it down. I'd like to see him call there.
I'll put in a three-piece with that.
You putting in the 3-bet there?
Of course. That's one of my favorites.
Okay, now we got a jack 6 of clubs for Corey. Expect him to lay that down. And Donald taking down another pot. It's a small pot, but it's better than losing.
It doesn't take. Hey, that adds up.
Another little half gas tank right there. Little table commentary for y'all. Are you from the Midland, Texas area, Dante, or where are you from originally?
Of course. You know, I've been rapping the 4-3 too.
You born and raised out
My
here?
entire life.
No way.
Nah, I'm from Florida. But I've been here a few years, but
I respect it.
you know, it's growing on me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was just in Florida for the past year, and I'm a big fan of Florida. And
Basically the same, just less water.
right, I'm a big fan of Midland, Texas out here. Great people, great poker.
Of course. That's all you need.
Great people and great poker, right?
Shoot.
Get some good food in there, and you're set.
And some alcohol. Let's go.
All right.
Here we go. We're taking it to the streets. Okay. Rain smashed it. Ace-3 of diamonds.
Wow. Donald getting frisky,
Okay.
betting it out with bottom pair. Boogie with the gutter ball. Actually open. Yep, gutter ball. Needs a 4.
We're taking it 4 ways.
A 4 of diamonds would be great because it would give 2 pair to Donald, a flush to Rain, and a straight to Boogie. I like the bet here from Rain. Boogie feeling the rush.
I think it's just the side. I think it's $30.
$30, right?
Yeah,
It's nothing.
200 in there.
Now Rain's not gonna really like this spot. He's bet flop, or he called flop, bet turn, got called by Boogie. You're now gonna be turning your hand into a bluff with a bet on the river here.
What would you do in this spot? I actually not.
I mean, you're check giving up, or you're over betting, maybe, or like a half pot sizing, like a 130, 140, 160.
What are we targeting? Like 7-6, trying to get that to dump. Or
Yeah, it's a 7, some type of 10. He just checks and he's hoping for a cheap showdown here. and Rain takes it down. Boogie just decides to give it up. I think when you get to the river there with a missed straight draw and your opponent checking with a pretty weak bet on the turn, the 30, I think you got to take a stab at it. What do you think, Dante?
You're saying he should have bammed on him?
I'm saying Boogie needs to take a stab at it. You know, you end up at... Yeah, it's the only way to win the pot. It's been a lot of weak action in front of you. Are you here to...
Maybe the side, maybe it was to induce. Who knows? I mean, clearly in that case it wasn't, but...
Yeah, you're right. He could have been check calling there.
It's hard to say when you're not in the game. You know?
Rain picking up a monster.
Me personally, I'm always on the lead on the side.
You're gonna bet it.
Pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Right.
Robert limping, ace jack offsuit, Rain popping it. I love the sizing here. When you get a couple of limps or even a limp, and the table's call happy, you really just want to put in a nice sizing and thin the field a little bit. Chase picking up the 7s, mandatory call. Travis got some trash, lays it down. Robert doing the right thing there. He doesn't want to get, he doesn't know where he's at there with the ace jack and wants to just give it up.
That's very disciplined. Wow.
And if you're Rain here, I love a check. I doubt he'll do it. You just dominate this type of board, and you're just going to get your opponent to basically fold all of their weaker range here and just take it down.
What about protecting against the
Yeah,
draws?
flush and straight draws. You know me. I'm always trying to lay the trap out. I get a lot of flack from some of my friends. They're saying, you're trapping too much. You got to bet these boards. You can't just let them come in there with the jack 10 of spades or the jack 10 or 2 random spades and get there for free. You're too trappy, Jake. And a lot of times I am. I got to admit it. But I just love to trap, Dante. I love it. It's my favorite part of the game.
Yeah. When they step in it. God, I've been.
When I connect with
got me a couple times. Sure.
When I connect with the top of my range versus an opponent that's likely to put some bets in, I can't help myself. But it's not always the right play.
Well, that's the beauty of the game, right? Finding that balance, the mid-range. Everyone has their own style. And you can find ways to win.
And you got to
All playing
adapt to the
different.
table, right?
Of course.
The dynamic and what type of players you're playing against.
That's what's amazing about it. Same 52 cards, but no hand is really everything.
52? I thought it was 54.
Oh, shit.
The 2 jokers, you forgot.
Oh, well, they're right here.
Old Man River, what a fish, says Albert Lee. Wow, that's some strong words from a guy that just took a major cooler. But I have to agree there with you, Albert. Just kidding.
Here we go. Ooh. Uh-oh. Not there.
What's going on? Vitali playing his 18th hand in a row and finally connects,
Nobody else.
but no one has anything, and the pot is $20. That's poker, boys. And Donald deciding, you know what? It checked through on the flop. I'm going to come out and, try to take a stab and steal it. Vitali finding it's a good time to raise, and Donald's going to lay it down. And Vitali's just going to think in his head, what the fuck?
Finally drilled one, and nobody had anything.
Oh, man. Yeah, finally got a pot, and I don't get any action.
They didn't range.
And, Vitali's the type of guy, he'll just get up and quit sometimes. He's like, forget this. You guys aren't enough action for me. I'm going home. Happened yesterday. I can't.
More than he leaves.
Hey, make sure he gets another beer there, Tuck.
He's got a Red Bull.
A Red Bull. China, what's going on? Beautiful China coming in the booth. Wants to come and hang out. Get on the mic. She says no. Thanks for coming in, Dante. We always appreciate you. You're always welcome back.
Yeah, it's a great stream. You guys do great stuff here.
Thank you, man.
Cats, come play.
Now we got Mr. Tug coming back in. Always love Mr. Tug, man. I'm going to go move my car. I guess I blocked Joni and be right back.
Parking in illegal handicap areas. All right, let's see what we got. We got a pretty interesting hand setup so far. We got Donald. We got the 9s against the ace-6, ace-jack, and jacks. Donald making the call with his 9s. Of course, Vitali will stay in. Boogie's just going to get out. Six on the flop. See if Vitali takes a stab at it with his pair of 6s. Checks around. Vitali might feel like he's confident here just because the check on the flop. Robert's going to make the discipline lay down. Donald doesn't believe him. Oh, and then Robert just would have got there. You can see it in his face. He's not happy. Ugh. Oh, and he tells him he had pocket jacks too.
Let's get bored, guys. Really, let's get really bored here.
Yep. There you go, Jake.
Alrighty. Did I miss anything special?
Nah. Well, you missed Robert making a disciplined laydown on a king 10-10-6 board. He had pocket jacks and he laid it down and the river came a jack.
Wow. That's got to hurt. You said that was Donald that laid it down?
No, Robert.
Oh, Robert. Travis with a 4-bet to 240. What do you think he had there, Tuck?
4-bet aces.
Oh, did it get called? Vitali. Gotta love Vitali with the queen deuce, the Iron, the Israeli Ron. And just missing completely. Would have loved to see some type of connection there. What's going on there in the chat? Albert? Now we have Mr. Bang walked in the building. Mr. Lou Bang.
Lou's here?
That's the type of action we want to see here at Kojak's. If he can get a seat, you guys are in store for some fireworks. Vitali, 8-7 of clubs. Okay.
Let's see. We got a whole bunch of hands playing this one. King 10, ace 10, king 10 fours, king jack. Jack 3 makes the laydown. Vitality's going to call with 8-7 of clubs.
Albert Lee saying, "Old man is actually my father."
Let's see. So you got Boogie ahead right now with a pair of aces, but you got Zach here with pocket fours. He's got the little gut shot floating.
What's going on, Charlie? You just missed a big hand. Vitaly calling $240 pre-flop with the queen deuce of hearts, but could not connect.
Gamble.
It's action galore in there, guys. If y'all aren't out at Kojaks, we got a couple cash games running. Got a list opening up for a third cash game. Don't forget, tomorrow night we have the free roll, $2,000 guaranteed. Also, we've got the Deep Stack tournament on Saturday at 2 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. we have the No Limit Hold'em Bounty Tournament.
Thank you, Charlie.
What was that, like, 13 years ago? 08? They dropped out, right? You remember Bo Dog? Yep. They were corrupt. They were corrupt. Full tilt. That's the one that got everybody. Flush. I got an ace. You gonna say championship line? Actually, with this. Not Sydney. I raised. I just had to fold jacks after the flop. Not because he did, because I could see him getting ready to call.
My girl said,
And I would have rivered the full
my
house.
name up. Just on the commentary. The commentary, my girl. She said, "Some people fucking my name up."
I was gonna call him, but he's over here loading up. That's like, he's either gonna call or raise.
Fold. Raise the 15. Call. Fold. 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 Call 15. Fold. Fold. What's that? 50. Raise, make it 50. Call. Call. You leaving?
Sorry about that. We are back. We got some suited hands against each other. And a rainbow board for it. Let's see who's ahead. Donald surprisingly with the ace-8 of hearts.
Yep, not much for anybody here. Going to be the first aggressor going to take down this pot.
Checks around. Another 4.
I'd love to see Vitaly take some stabs with some bluffs when checked to. The pot's bloated
I
to
feel like
2.
Donald could do it. There we go.
Pot's bloated to 200. Not sure what Donald's representing here, but it might not matter.
His ace high.
Yep, and Mike just lays it down. And Donald takes another pot.
Good play, Donald.
Got a stack up to 2180 here. I believe he started with around $400. So it's a huge win so far for Donald. Like to see if some players get a little more sticky, especially on those type of boards. Checks through with a king high board. A 4 pairs the turn. How likely is it that Donald has a 4 there?
It's unlikely, but he doesn't feel like anybody else has a 4, so he's going to take a stab with his ace and just see if he can take down the pot.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. But I'd like to see some players come up with a raise over the top.
Yep.
Right. It's unlikely for Donald to be that strong, and anytime your opponents are weak in their range, you gotta try to put some aggressive action out and take down a pot.
For sure. Let's check the V pips out and see how things are going so far.
Wow, Vitaly with the 80% VPIP, near doubling all the other players.
We got Vitaly, we got Donald second with 76, Chase up there, Travis. Yeah, just some aggressive action. Just like, I mean, for sure, you got to come out to Kojaks. I mean, you're going to get all the action you want here.
Absolutely, and you got to come out for the Friday free roll tomorrow. $2,000 guaranteed. Usually about $800, $900 up top.
For sure.
I mean, where else are you going to get that value on a Friday night? Got some free kegs of beer. Got some great waitresses, some great service. And you're just going to have a hell of a time.
Oh, Vitaly waking up with a hand. Pocket queens.
Popping it to 30. Get a flat on the button.
Boogie by 4-3.
Yep, Boogie doesn't like to fold. Travis got the king jack, calling 25, and Rain figures. You know what? Let me see if I can get lucky.
Ooh. The
And
king jack, Travis, and he just leads out.
For
$15.
It's an interesting play. Vitaly just flattened. I like it. What hands are you going to get value from? Oh! And Vitaly turning the boat. And it goes check.
Oh my God, you got boat over boat.
And
He's
Travis,
cool. He said don't. Travis said don't do it too.
so bad. Such a tough spot for Vitaly.
That's so
And
terrible.
he's definitely going to call, and he's going to hate life.
He showed him.
And you hit your 2 outer. You got your opponent right where you want him, and a 5 coming off on the river. Just terrible. It gives a bigger boat to Travis and puts Vitaly back in the pain chamber there.
Such a brutal beat too. You just turn it.
Vitaly's lucky it went check.
Turn comes, river takes.
If Vitaly bets the turn, he's going to lose $300, $400, $500, possibly his whole stack.
For sure.
His trap turned into some safety for him. Letting that 5 come off on the river. So we got this Kojaks WTPC series coming up next month with over 100,000 guaranteed on 5/23, May 23rd. We got the mystery bounty with a $10,000 prize pool. What do you think, Tug? I expect that prize pool to get smashed.
Oh, for sure it will.
Absolutely. And, in that mystery bounty, what that means there's going to be at least one prize where someone gets to pull out of a raffle and win that bounty. That's still a mystery to us. We will know pretty quickly going into next month. Don't have an exact date on that, what that prize will be, but it's going to be fun. And then we got the Wednesday $100 rebuy with a 5,000 guarantee. That's on 5/24. Gotta love that value for $100, a 5,000 guaranteed prize pool. You gotta love the new ownership here at Kojaks, giving a lot of value to the local Midland players. And there's even 2 free rolls, Tug. We got a $5,000 freeze out. If you bust, you are out of the tournament. And that's actually a $360 buy-in. So one and done. There is no rebuys on that. That's what freeze out means.
But we do have a couple $5,000, free roll tournaments. We got the $50 frenzy, $50 gets you part of a $5,000 tournament, and first place around $2,000, I'd guess, maybe a little bit more. A lot of these guarantees get smashed here at Kojak's, expecting a huge turnout for this series. We also got a high roller with a 20,000 guarantee. You're going to see some of Midland's best players come out for that. It's a 980 buy-in. Expect that prize pool to get smashed. We got the main event. The Texas Stack. It's a 25K guarantee. They love that $360 price point. Gives everybody a chance to fire multiple bullets and also come out with a huge payday. You're going to start off with 30,000 in chips on that. We got come down to Kojak's. We got a lot of flyers on these tournaments. You can get more information. Come down, grab a couple beers, play in the cash games. Everything's popping off here at Kojak's. Are you going to get to play any of these tournaments, Tug?
Oh, I plan on it. I mean, for sure. I mean, I did on the last series. Checked out a couple. So.
How did you do?
I didn't do too great.
That's poker. That happens, But I know you're a great player, and I'd love to see you back out there.
No, for sure.
Travis here with looking like he just wants to limp in here with the A6 offsuit. And Donald picking up a pair of 10s, coming in strong with a raise. Now, we do have a hard betting line. It looks like he did leave all those chips out there.
No, he took a couple back.
Took a couple back.
He announced his raise.
He announced his raise. Now, what is a hard betting line, Tug?
The hard betting line is, I mean, if you just say you have 100 chips in your stack, you can't just put them all across that oval line in the middle of the board, right?
And take it back, right?
Correct.
You gotta. If you come across with the 100, you gotta leave 100.
Correct.
Okay. Yep.
Unless you announce pre.
I'm not used to that. It's taken a little bit of time for me to get used to that hard betting line. Hey, Josh, what's going on?
Oh, not much.
Everybody's favorite dealer just walked in. Are we gonna get a little commentary from main man Josh?
Sure.
Awesome.
I'll let you jump
Absolutely.
in.
You want to do it with him? Appreciate that, Tug. What's going on, Josh?
Not a whole lot. Just coming in on Thursday, so that we have a couple cash games going, which is always good to see. Granted, Kojak's has always got some decent games going on. Half the time I look at the lineups and I want to play.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we have our players are really good as far as like table etiquette and manners. They're fun people to play with, but then at the same time, I mean, action's always good.
Oh, and you're not wrong about that. The action has been nonstop here. Donald coming out as a big winner so far. Started off about $300, and now he's almost at 2K. Is he over 2,000? Yep, Donald.
And might I just point out, speaking of action, so we just saw Vitaly bluff someone off pocket 10s pre-flop with 7-3 offsuit.
I totally missed it.
It was post-flop.
Oh, that was post-flop?
Three on the board. But yeah.
Okay. So I didn't see the board,
Yeah.
but so here I am talking about action.
Free, and Vitaly calls it with 3-7 off.
Your first hand, and Vitaly going nuts. That's our resident bluffer here, Vitaly. He's always loving giving action out there, bluffing, value betting, having a great time.
I wouldn't even say the resident bluffer. I would just say he enjoys action.
Right.
And so he's gonna put max pressure on those that he ends up getting the hands with, and that's just because one, he can sense when someone's risk tolerance isn't as good, and so then he just puts max pressure on them to be able to be like, look, I mean, you're betting. Let's see if you can actually withstand a raise or not, and just kind of goes from there.
He just had a brutal bet. He had queens, flop king, king, 5. We had we had Travis with king jack. He flops trips, bets it. Vitaly turns queens full, river comes to 5. Kings full over queens full.
Yep, it was dirty, but Vitaly lost the minimum somehow.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. So speaking of Vitaly, so he is going to 3-bet this pre-flop, pocket 7s. And Mike Moyer wants to come along with king jack suited. Corey, who is the initial raiser, he's going to call as well with pocket 5. So we got a couple of people that are going to be set mining. And then, of course, Mike Moyer, he's
flop an open end
Yeah,
here.
he's going to flop an open-ended.
And with all these overcards on the board, he has a huge chance to take down this pot.
True, but at the same time, let's see what Vitaly does, because based on his MO and everything that I was just talking about, I see him putting the continuation bet through here.
Oh, for sure.
Corey, of course, is going to check his pocket fives. Here comes Vitaly counting out his C bet. He raised it to 60 pre, got 2 callers behind. Looks like he's looking
And he's turning his hand into a bluff. You got to love this guy, Vitaly.
technically semi-bluff, right? Because he does have a pair of 7s.
Right, but I mean, against, this type of board, you can't think you're good, right?
And Mike's not going to fold this flop either.
So with pocket 7s, I mean, the thing is, it's hard to flop a pair. I don't know how often you play. When I play, it's hard to flop a pair. So everyone else is flopping boats and straights and flushes and all that, and I'm over here just looking for pairs. But so Mike does come along. I think what we're going to see is we're going to see another bet from Vitaly, just because once he
That's strong, man.
And now Mike's going to have his.
He's gonna put it.
Straight draw.
I mean, we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to bet us.
No, Vitaly ended up checking. So Vitaly checks. Mike is really
Just
good.
has to fold.
And one of the things that Mike's good at is being able to sense weakness, right? So with Vitaly, and that's the one danger about his MO, right, is if he has a hand, he's just going to keep betting. So the second he checks, Mike's able to pick up on that, and Mike's able to say, okay, so he must have missed, or he's not happy with the texture of the board. And so when he's not happy with the texture of the board, of course, Mike's going to take advantage of that, put in
Right.
that big bet on the turn, and just be able to take that pot down.
And you missed a crazy hand earlier between Vitaly and Mike, where Vitaly called Mike's 3-bet pre-flop with Queen 9 of Hearts, and it came like 3-4-7, and Vitaly led flop and turn. And Mike just flatted him with Ace King, a just incredible call, and Vitaly sucked out on the river and hit a queen. So there's that little dynamic that you're talking about between those two players.
There's been some action hands. Zach got stacked a little while ago. Boogie and C2 flopped quad 5s. They went runner, runner, boat. Or no, it was ace 5-5 board, and then it went river, boat. He rivered aces full, and it was just.
Yep, there's been some absolute coolers here so far.
Man, that's pretty gross. Yeah. But at the same time about Zach, though, I mean, anytime you watch him play, he's always just got a smile on his face.
Right.
So he is. I'm as a dealer, of course. Everyone knows I'm the favorite dealer in the house, but I can't say that I have favorite players. That's just
Right.
I'm not. I am an unbiased individual. However, I do enjoy dealing with Zach just because he is always chirpy. Here he is laughing on the screen right now. So always fun to deal to him.
Yep. And you're not lying, Josh. You are my favorite dealer. Just don't tell the other dealers.
That's fine. I won't tell the other dealers. I'll just reference this exact moment on the live stream.
Dang it.
They
Did I
won't-
say? Wait.
They won't have to hear it from me. They'll be able to hear it from.
Oh, man.
1 hour, 23 minutes.
All right, give me just a second. I might be pushing.
Alrighty, Josh got to go to do his real job.
Yep, and just like that, I will be going to deal. I will pop in here on my breaks just because I do like commentating and also needling some of the players as often as I can because it's kind of one of the things I enjoy doing. So, yeah, it'll be fun kind of seeing everyone and how they are playing on the felt. So,
We appreciate you, brother. We'll see you soon.
yes, sir.
Alrighty, got the tug man back and back into some action here. We got an ace 10 calling a $50 bet. King queen in the lead here, and 7-8 just looking for a bad gutter.
No, he's not a gutter. He's got open-ended.
Oh, yep, 6 would help him as well, right? So he's only looking for a 6 at this point. Good catch there, Tug.
Zach just going after it. And just gets snap called.
Yep, Vitaly's not giving this up just yet. His hand looks better than it is. He just really needs a jack, ace, or 10.
Let's see what that card is. I can't really tell yet as it came up. It is a 9.
So this is
Boogie's going to take a stab.
Is Boogie going to turn his hand into a bluff here?
Oh, for sure. It's a $745 pot.
If he goes big here, he might take this down. I'd like to see a huge bluff here.
Zach has $400, so Zach's not going to. I don't think Zach folds at any point in time.
And he
Does
kisses
the
it
kiss.
off.
It looks like 210.
He kisses it off. And remember when he did that with the quads? Zach's going to be just thinking, oh my gosh, how can I be good here? Is he doing the reverse?
What scares him, though, is the fact that Vitaly's still behind him. and he's only got top second. He loses the ace, queen, jack, king. He loses a lot of combination of things.
Yeah, he's got to think that, Boogie somehow hit a 9 here on the river, or might have had, 9, 10. And, this is a smaller sizing here for 200. Like I said, I wanted a bigger bet, but doesn't this just scream value, Tug?
Yes, it does.
It screams like, how could this be a bluff? If I was in, Zach's position here, I
He's
would.
essentially betting like 25% pot.
Right, and you just never expect it to be a bluff. And but like you said, I mean, Zach might be a little tilted from the earlier hands. It's only 200. The pot is almost $1,000. This is where players just make that crying call.
I'd love to see Zach make this call. Oh, see, just putting him through the ringer.
And we do got an update on Vitaly's stack. I think he's about around $700 now.
Okay.
Oh, did you hear that?
I heard somebody call clock, but
Somebody
I
called
believe
the
it was
clock.
a joke. I believe it was a joke.
Okay, friendly clock,
I
courtesy clock, I like to call.
I think it might have been Chase just making a joke, just messing with him.
I hate calling clock, but when I call it, I say courtesy clock. Don't bring the floor man over. I'm just letting you know, man. You're taking a lot of time, but I'm not going to call the clock just yet.
If Zach lays this down and he shows that he's going to be absolutely sick.
And Vitaly could make the call.
Vitaly could make that call.
The pot being so big, I mean, I could see Vitaly saying, you know what, this is my last hand. I'm going to call. If I'm wrong, I'll just go home. It could be that could be going through his mind. If Zach calls, Vitaly can't call. But I'd love to see what happens if
Zach
that.
asked for the pot to be spread.
You want to see it? Go bluff. He did. Bluff. Ah, damn, got it through finally.
Does he show it?
Wow.
Does he show it? He shows it.
Wow. Boogie.
Man, and y'all. Oh, yeah.
Getting creative and just that's a dagger in the heart of these other players.
Sorry, bro. Nah, you good, man.
He kissed the chips away. He bet 200. He did the reverse tell.
Zach looks like he's sick.
It's just a well-timed bluff. It was really the river card, right? The 9 pairing the board. It just scared the other
Oh,
players.
for sure.
He has to have the 9, right? That's what they're thinking in their heads. And,
Bet the scare card. Just put him through the ringer like he did.
wow.
There were so many fucking hands.
Yep, just like I said. Every combination just beat him.
It's probably a losing call, right, Tug? I mean, in the long term there with
Yeah,
ace
for
queen.
sure.
I always ask you want to see the blood because I ain't that asshole that want to just rub it in somebody's face. Now, if you say you want to see it, I'll show it to you. But yeah. But you were begging for the show, though. Just saying. You were, oh, yeah.
Vitaly 3 bets with 5-6 off.
Only because his boy on the stream right now.
They saw the cards regardless.
Yep, and Vitaly's shown, he's ready to mix it up. He's been battling here for the last couple hours and really hasn't got anything going. He's looking to take down some pots. He's looking to bluff. He's looking to figure out any way he can to win a pot. And here you go, betting with this 3-betting with the 6-5 offsuit to 45, getting speculative. And does he just take it down? Nope.
Nope.
We're going to a flop
Heads up.
between
Wait,
Chase.
no. It's not heads up with Chase. It's going to be Donald made the call.
Okay, a little bit of a graphic error that happens here once in a while. Happens on every stream. And wow, just a perfect board for Vitaly.
And then just to remind you, Donald did have King Jack, not the 4-5. The 4-5 is not in play. Unless he
Yep,
still has.
and that's the power of aggression.
Oh no, no. Actually, it was
It's a three-way pot.
It was a three-way pot, and Chase just makes the shove.
Yep, and Vitaly not going
Vitaly's
anywhere.
Not going to go anywhere.
And you know, Chase has the one hand that Vitaly doesn't want to see. He's got the open end. Oh, and he's got a boat, and it's over. Vitaly back in the game.
But he turns open-ended straight flush draw too.
Oh, yeah, and Vitaly just like that back to $700. And look, did you see him stand up there?
Mm-hmm.
I told you it looked like if he lost that pot, he was going home. But he's not going anywhere now. And I'd love to see him just continue to apply that pressure, mix it up, make this table fun. You know, it's just great when players like to mix it up with different hands. If
For sure.
If everyone's folding and waiting for aces, you know, it's not going to be much of a stream, right, Tug?
For sure. Just playing straightforward. Yeah, no, you want to see it mix it up. You want to see the bluffs. It's great for the game.
Let's go. You're gonna go 40 if you want.
All right, we got a sleeper 20. Oh nope. We got a double straddle. See if Vitaly does the 40. Vitaly does the $40 straddle. So we got a triple straddle going right now.
We've got a little. See if we can get a little table audio here.
Donald falling through with the Spivey of the dead man's hand.
We're gonna keep it blind and go all in. You look all in. Hey, brother, would you get the waitress back in here, please?
Chase sounded like Chase was all in with his ace 10 of clubs. Travis likes him some Jaeger bombs.
Yep, and Chase putting it all in, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. With the ace 10 of clubs.
Does have the best hand. What has he got, 110?
I believe it was 90. I think that's what they said.
Excuse me.
We need some attention. Yes, please.
Vitaly making the call.
A few people made the call.
You give Vitaly one pot, and he's right back in there.
I didn't want to go too much because I didn't want you to call. I wanted to make it look like a short.
Got a little background audio for you guys. See what the
Vitaly's flopping trips.
yep. And when you're running hot, you're running hot.
Let's turn
But
the
Robert,
audio down a little bit.
but with Robert,
Robert's got the spades.
yep. Vitaly not out of the woods just yet.
A lot of friendly banner.
Yep, just a little bit of friendly banner. We'll turn it back up when we get something spicy. So as you can see on the screen here, Chase with 1% to win. He needs running tens or running aces, and Rain and Donald are blocking.
Running aces is not going to happen because Donald and Vitaly both have an ace.
Good point.
And the running tens would be a little hard by Rain.
Less than 1%.
He'd actually have to go running sevens.
Running sevens. Running sevens or running tens? Unlikely.
Yes,
Now, what's Rain doing here?
he's counting out, trying to decide what he's going to do. Donald's racking up. He's going to book his win. Makes the fold. Vitaly has. Ugh, full house.
Wow.
Five's full.
Nice hand.
No, I do not need another beer. This rapist over here. I'll play tomorrow. We'll see you guys.
Chase is out. Maybe this is where Lou jumps in the game. Vitaly's going to jump to 10. Vitaly does like to play musical chairs every now and again.
Oh, you moved your seat? Oh, I was gonna give you 500 for your seat. I was gonna give you $500.
Just little table jokes. Said he'd have paid 500 for his seat, but he left early.
I can't see him. See 1, 2, 3, 4. Here and here.
You should ask what some of them out there if they want to play.
You have 2 seats?
Vitaly picking up kings now. And he's got an $1,100 stack. And that seat change working for him, Tug.
It'd have been the same cards if nobody was there, bud.
That's true. Good point. You never know. Some of that little magic.
To be full
Oh.
fold.
Gross. Thinking he might be on a heater and gets no action. Pocket kings back into the muck.
Did you see my hand with Dante earlier with kings against queens?
No, I did not.
We got it all in pre. I only had like about 110. I put it in. He raised to 20. I raised to 55. He goes to. He bets. He puts me all in. I call. Flop. Ace queen jack. He flops a set. Turn 5. River 10.
Oh. Good. I'm glad to hear it. I know you took some bad beats yesterday as well.
I definitely did.
I think I dealt one of those.
Mhm.
I'm sorry about that. I can't control the cards. I wish I could.
Oh, for sure. If we could, nobody would lose.
All right, Boogie limping in here with the 10-9 of clubs. A lot of limping here happening today. A lot of nice, friendly, fun poker game here at Kojak's.
Robert playing a little aggressive with the 8-6 off. King, king, queen.
A lot of these paired boards.
Doesn't touch anybody's hands.
Yep, and Robert with the best pocket eights here. Oh, no, he has 8-6.
8-6. There's the ace. Ace 10. Or ace 5. Sorry, Rain has ace 5.
But that,
there's,
you know.
oh, Travis has diamonds. I did not even see that.
Yep, Travis with the 7 high diamonds like he likes to trap. And Robert taking a stab here for 45. Let's see what if Rain decides to come along. Pretty tough spot with a weak ace.
And Rain goes all in.
Does he?
Oh, no.
Vitaly
I'm
showed.
confused.
No.
I'm confused. I heard all in.
Vitaly moving again.
Vitaly
You weren't
doing the
li-
musical chairs. I'm
you
telling you.
weren't lying. You were not lying. And Rain making the nice call here. This is a spot that I'd probably lay my hand down. So kudos to him. But he does have Travis behind him with the best hand and looks like he's going for a raise.
Look, goes for the raise, and you have Robert. I fold. I stepped in it.
I don't hate the raise. You know, it's a paired board. You have a weak diamond. You know me. I would elected to trap there and
Right.
you know let the players
And then
put some more bets in.
and
But
that's whenever the ace or the king hits the river.
yep, or another diamond, and you're just sick. So, you know, it's a fine play either way.
You have the king. Obviously, you have the king, right?
And you know that's the danger of, you know, calling with a weak ace on a scary board, two kings out there,
Well, for sure.
possible straight, flushes out there. You know, it's
Every combination.
yeah, it's totally fine just to kind of to let these you know questionable situations go and preserve your stack. And looks like we have a new challenger coming in. Jason coming in the 1 seat. Our great dealer Jeff here just came back from Colorado. His car broke down. He raced back over to help the stream, and you know he's one of our greatest dealers here. Just always a pleasure. Oh, 5-3 gets thrown in the muck. Charlie won't be proud. Yep, and just a couple more of these tournaments coming up for the WTPC series with over 100,000 guaranteed. We got a PLO tournament, 360 buy-in with a 5,000 guarantee. That's going to be on Monday, 5/29. And next day, Tuck, we got a round of each tournament. I know you're going to want to play in that.
Oh, yeah.
You're a big round of each guy. Then we got Heath's favorite tournament, the Big O, and that's a 480 buy-in with a 10K prize pool. I mean, where do you get a 10K prize pool other than West Texas for a Big O tournament? That's a 30,000 starting stack. And then right after that, we got the High Roller. So with a 20,000 guarantee and 980 buy-in, and don't forget that mystery bounty, 523. You know, that's going to be a huge tournament. It's going to attract a lot of people, and I expect that tournament to double at least in the prize pool. Tuck, what do you think?
No, I think so.
Yep, 480 buy-in with that mystery bounty prize that still a mystery to everyone here at Kojaks, and you know we're going to be finding out shortly coming into the next month. And don't forget, we got those 2 5K free rolls. That's great for our newer players. You know, some of our players that love these weekly free rolls that we do 2K guaranteed. Now they're going to add an extra 3K to the prize pool, and it's just going to be great to add to your World Series of Poker promotional points that get you a 10K main event seat. Is that what it is?
That Road to Vegas, yes,
The Road
sir.
to Vegas, a 10K main event seat, was going to be given away here at Kojak. So if you want a possible chance to go to a road to the World Series of Poker, get down here, play some free rolls, rack up some points, take part in this WTPC series coming up, and we'd love to see you down here. So.
And for those of you who don't know about it, that Road to Vegas, so we will have a tournament in June. I believe it's June 15th and 16th, day 1 and day 2. That will be everyone who has entered into any tournament that we've had since this promotion started. And whether you come, every entry you have in a tournament, you'll get minimum 250 chips. If you place top 4, you'll get extra chips. But
so the more tournaments you play, the better chance that you have going to the World Series of Poker.
For sure. And I think I personally have about 12K in chips. But in that tournament, not only will we give away a main event plus $1,000 spending money for the winner, we're going to do a random seat drawing. So just for showing up to that tournament, you might be able to see yourself going to Vegas and getting that 10K ticket.
Wow. So there's 2 10K tickets being given away?
2 10K, and both get also the $1,000.
So about $22,000 in prize money that's going to be given away here at Kojaks for the Road to Vegas promotion. So even if you aren't the top tournament leader, if you come down and play that tournament, you could be picked to go to that 10K main event seat.
Yep,
Wow.
Just a random seat drawing.
That's just amazing. You don't see that value at a lot of poker rooms, and you just got to love what the new ownership here at Kojaks is trying to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm gonna have to see if I can get a day off. No, I'm not gonna take that seat away from our players. Everyone's gonna have a fair chance of getting it, and like I said, the more tournaments you play at this WTPC series, you're gonna have a chance at that 10K main event seat.
Yep, for sure.
So Corey here with pocket fours, and Travis just with the trash hand 5-8-3 offsuit. Corey just coming in with the call, and that's what you want to see in these loose, crazy, wild games, right? When you have these small pocket pairs, you're just hoping to see a flop, right?
Yep, for sure.
If you raise and someone re-raises, now you're putting in $80, $100 with a small pocket pair. You're gonna have to flop a set. So
Yep.
I like what Corey's doing here. We got Zach with a nice ace 9 suited coming in with the raise.
On the button as well.
And, you know, that $15 sizing, right, Tug? I mean, what did I
Hey,
tell you?
But what'd you say? That trash hand 8-3 offsuit. Look what he did.
Dang, he would have flopped trips. But you know what? You're a poker player. You're not a psychic. And Corey just leading out. And, you know, you do see that from some of the older players that have been around the game for often. They like to lead out with these small pocket pairs on these paired boards. And
yeah.
you know what? That's something that I'm going to incorporate more into my game because, you know, a lot of times I like to check call and then another overcard comes.
Yep.
And then what happens, right? You get bluffed off. So kudos to Corey there for realizing the situation and taking the pot down.
Corey waking up with the ace queen of hearts.
And he's been limping about every hand he's played. You know, I'm be interested to see what he wants to do here. And he comes in. Is that a minimal sizing here for 10?
Yep.
Yep. And you gotta love it because what if he comes out with a big raise here? Isn't he gonna lose all his customers? He's been super nitty. He's been super tight. So,
But not a lot of people pay attention to that.
good point. Yep, and you know I like to pride myself on that I'm keeping track of everything everybody's doing, but you know not everybody's doing that.
And at the same time, you by betting minimal like that, I mean, yeah, even though it's him betting strong, I mean, a lot of these guys they're having a 10K. I mean, they're having 1,000 stack, so they're gonna call just to see a flop, kind of just check it, see what happens post flop. Because even you got Zach came in with 10-4 off.
Right, and is that the danger of going with that really small sizing there?
No, for sure.
You're keeping all those other hands in.
Yeah, because you're giving everyone. I mean, whenever you have 6 callers and you could have any combination of cards, you're gonna say, okay, what if I can hit? What if I can suck out?
What if it comes ace 10-4?
4-6 queen.
Okay, pretty close. All clubs.
He's got all clubs. So you got Vitaly waking up with the highest club.
9 of clubs. Right, but not much else to go. And Boogie just coming out here with the 5-3 without the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta love this guy. He loves to put some bets out there. He loves to push some players around in these multi-way pots. And if someone doesn't really have a flush here, you know they're going to be pretty scared to continue on. The question is, what does Corey do with top? You know, with some scary turn cards and river cards to come.
I mean, you'd think he'd peel one, but I mean, the 3 clubs is definitely scary because raising to 10, like I said, you could have any combination, and you get that many callers. It's a 7-way pot. He makes the call though.
Right, and what's he hoping for? Like a deuce of spades, something like that.
An ace.
Oh no, a deuce would give Boogie the best hand.
Yeah.
Great card, right? You're not too worried about your opponent having a king, but you're not loving either. Goes check, and
It's gonna go check again. Oh.
Yep.
He sensed the weakness. He said he was on a flush draw.
A nice little small sizing here from
It'd
Corey.
be sick of Boogie just to make a little raise here, just
I mean,
so
he
can take
did
it
just
down.
he did just show a bluff previously, but he's got to think his opponent isn't that strong, right? I mean, you called there's 180 in the pot, and you bet $20.
Does the kiss?
Boom.
No,
He
but he
doesn't-
does it. And now Corey's going to be forced to lay it.
And it's this great read by Boogie. I mean, seeing his opponent's bet sizing. That's why bet sizing is very important to pay attention to.
But does Corey take his bluffs into consideration? Because he showed a big bluff.
Right, and that's
capable of it.
Exactly. That's what just happened. Boogie did show a bluff, and it's like, okay, well, and Boogie checked back the turn, right? So his story's a little bit inconsistent here. Now, Tug, I would love to see Boogie just do a massive bet. If you're gonna bluff,
Yeah.
might as well bet
Throw
big.
it all.
Yeah, maybe an all-in, maybe like a $300 bet, Now it's only 100 more for Corey to call. This is the perfect sizing for him to pick off a
But the
bluff.
thing is, Boogie's gonna do that same sizing when he has it as well. So he's keeping consistent when he has that, and he makes the call.
Right, and there it is.
I like it. Like I said,
Absolutely.
he showed he's capable of it. But the thing is, Boogie's also gonna make that same type of bet when he has it because he's gonna.
But
he's
are
gonna
the
get called-
are the players paying attention to that?
I mean, I don't know, but some players might. I mean, he's gonna get paid off the same because he's gonna do that and get shown, and now he's been looking like he's bluffed twice.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gonna wake up with it, and then he's gonna get called.
Right. Yep. And that's a great attempt by Boogie. I would have loved to see him go a little bit bigger there. Maybe we might have seen Corey fold, but nonetheless, great play by both players. And we're gonna take off the next hand here. We got a new dealer in there, the famous Cody. Great guy. If you don't know Cody, he's one of the best dealers that we got here, and just always a joy to have around. So let's see if Zach can he lost that huge cooler earlier when he ran into quads and the Boogie's quads, and he had that top boat with aces over fives, and he hasn't been able to do much since then. So I know he's itching to get back into a pot and make something happen.
For sure.
Boogie here calling with the suited king. Players love those big suited cards. Looking to see a flop. Michael just haven't picked up a hand in a while. So he's retreating a little bit until get something to play with. And here comes my favorite player, Vitaly, going for a nice little raise with the Queen Jack offsuit. Not scared, loves to mix it up, and just a great guy to watch on stream. Yep, and Boogie said, you know what? I didn't limp to fold. I got the King 6 of hearts, and I'm going to see a flop. Travis, he's got the best of it right now with Ace 10 offsuit.
Uh-huh.
Yep, and he's coming along. Now Corey, boom. Yeah, I'm going to toss the 3 deuce offsuit. Not worth it. Alrighty, and Vitaly flopping top pair. Vitaly just coming out for 200 into a 160 pot.
Oh, no,
Wait.
he checks.
Oh, okay.
Who bets 200? Travis?
Travis.
Wow.
He's just, he's reading the weakness from the players and wants to just take it down. And
Vitaly does not fold here.
it's confusing for Vitaly, right? He's like, what are you betting 200 with? I don't expect you to be bluffing a lot, right? But he can't just fold top pair, can he?
I don't think so. He's going to make the call.
He doesn't love it, but
Yep.
he slides it right out, and Boogie
checks out.
Boogie's out of there. And you see, Travis been a snug, real great player so far. And what does he do? He makes one misstep. And did he shove? What's going on here? He bet
That's
another
200.
200.
But the thing is, he has that ace of clubs. He has that club.
He does, but he doesn't have another club, so it's unlikely to help him in this situation.
Oh, but he could do that. Let's see what the river brings.
Right? Vitaly still was 700 behind, and Vitaly making 2 pair now.
And then he checks and gets bet. Oh.
And Vitaly just leads it all in, and you gotta love it here from Vitaly. I mean, you're not gonna expect to get any more value from bluffs on this type of river. And
he's got his 2 pair, but he could have ace king. There's a lot of combinations.
And he calls.
Oh my!
And he calls Travis. Wow. He must have had some type of read that we didn't pick up on there, Tug.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's Vitaly's image playing right into Travis there. He's got a wild image, and he's probably just thinking Vitaly's doing something crazy, right? And that's the danger of playing against these wild players is, sometimes they're just gonna have it against you, and you're gonna pay it off.
A complete swing. Vitaly was negative for the day by that point. Now he's up 1,000.
Right, and that's what we love to see here. A guy that loves to splash around, has the highest VPIP at the table, isn't afraid to get in there with all types of good and bad hands, and he finally gets a payoff.
We'll go back to this VPIP. Let's see what we're at. We got 1 second, folks. We have Vitaly up there with 79% VPIP. just playing
smashing.
almost every hand. Travis second, then you got Boogie. I mean, just you have just such a wide range there, and Vitaly just could have any combination of cards. So, I mean, Travis's call. I mean, that's unfortunate that he had it, but wow.
Yep. I'm sure Travis is, thinking in his head, that was a huge pot, right?
Yeah.
What just happened? But, he stuck with his read and he made the call. And, you got to give him credit.
Oh, for sure.
Michael picking up a nice suited queen here.
I'm going to step out for a second. I'll be back.
The raise to 30, and Travis, calling with having domination over Michael here. And Michael just leading out on the ace high board and takes it down.
The only good thing they say about me is Travis tips really good.
Yep, Travis does like to, take care of our dealers, and just a great joy to have here.
It'll cost me like $1,200. You know, you could have told me you had 2 pairs. Like I did, I told you I had the boat a while ago, you know what I'm saying? I showed it to you. Yes, please. It makes you feel very, very, very good. You could have said, Travis, don't fucking call that. Really? You could have. I think you like $400 over, I'm just saying. But anyways, who get, like I said, it never gets fucking returned, ever.
Little table commentary here. Got about 25 minutes left in this Thursday night stream here at Kojak's. Oh, Vitaly flopping a set. The run good continues. And he's on the dealer button, so everybody checks to him. What would you like to see here, Tug? Would you like to see a check back?
see a check
he
back.
does. That's my man, setting the trap. And
So you got Corey getting a gut shot. You got Rain with a gut shot.
he's just not getting the action that he wants.
He's
when
gonna bet it up $100 into $80.
with the double flush draw board.
Mm-hmm.
And, you gotta hope that you might get a little bit of action. But look at Vitaly's stack now, 2,200.
Mm-hmm. So you got Rain that's actually double gutted, any 3 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
You got Corey needs.
But
a
Rain
10.
only has 290 in front, so you can't hate him for folding. Corey's been pretty snug, lays it down. Vitaly devastated. Didn't get any more action. Right when you have a set, you just want a caller, any caller. Nothing worse than flopping a set and getting no action, right? Because it's so hard to flop a set.
For sure. I flopped 2 in a row with pocket 9s.
Oh, right.
A couple,
And you didn't get any action.
I didn't get any action on either one.
I was playing with you. That was tilting. Oh, wow. Jason, newcomer to the table, picking up queens.
And Jason hasn't played many hands, so let's see if people pay attention. Boogie's just going to keep up with it.
Yep. And that $15 sizing has been kind of in line with what the table's been doing.
Yep.
A lot of times you'll see some bigger sizings, 20, 25 pre-flop. It just really depends on, how the players are playing.
Yep. Flops a queen.
Wow. And
Boogie's got a gut.
see,
Gut shot.
Jason
you
going
got-
for the check.
Vitaly's got 6-7. He's gonna lead.
Well, it's been checked to him. And
It looks like 35.
so what does he need, a 5 or a 10?
He needs. Yep.
And Jason continuing to slow play this.
Boogie's gonna get his gut shot.
I'm not really sure, you know, Jason's plan here. Let's see how it develops. You really just want to try to get some money in on this flop. Sure, your opponent's going to have...
Oh, we got open ended. We got. Oh no, nobody continues.
Yep,
Oh, his
and,
queens are good. I was gonna say, I figured there'd be some more action right there.
You know, Jason looks like a type of player that just really wants to know that he has the best hand. He opted for just the check flat on the flop, the checks through on the turn, and now going for, you know, a smaller sizing, and, you know, ends up winning a nice small pot. You know, what do you think, Doug? You like to see a check raise on that flop from Jason?
I mean, it would have been. I don't know. I really wouldn't feel comfortable with the check raise on that board.
Because if someone could have the Jack 10.
Yeah, Jack 10. You know, Vitaly's capable of having the 5-6 there. I don't know. I don't like a check raise. Because the thing is, they've all showed that they're capable of bluffs. So he's first to act. So he checks. I mean, what is he? At that point, I mean, yeah, he's got a set. He can call, but it still puts you to the ringer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're never, you know, loving check raising when you don't have the nuts, right?
Yeah,
but
for
you
sure.
you got to have a few different check raises in your range. You can't just have the nuts. So, you know, you also get a little information, right?
For sure.
You check raise, you get a read on your player. You're like, you know what, I got the best hand. You go to a turn, you make another bet, right? So, but you know, despite that, I opt to flat that in that situation as well sometimes. So it really just depends how you're feeling.
Corey just flattened with his pocket fives. Vitaly raising the queen jack off.
Yep, Queen Jack's been good for Vitaly, and
Jason using his position. I'm sorry.
yeah, and I just don't understand this. You got a King 5 offsuit. You're facing a $40 raise.
That's also Vitaly.
Yep, I mean, you know, maybe Jason and Vitaly have some history, right?
You know, and then at the same time, he's in position. He's on the button. Just play that post flop. He's got 1,500 effective, so I mean, he can. You make a little call. He's still got.
But King 5, Doug? I mean,
I'm not really saying it's the greatest play, but I mean, just defending your button, playing your position, see how the flop goes, and then you can play it. Just play it post flop, see how things run.
Yep, we'll see how it works out for him, and
It'll be brutal for him if he flops King 5.
right, because Corey would flop a set, and Zach coming in, Old Man River, you know, itching to get into a pot. Took a horrible bad beat earlier, like you saw, and calls the 35. And you know, what do we have here? We got a 6-way pot at Kojak's, you know, in a $5 game. I mean, this is huge. 270 in the pot. Wow. Jack 10.
10, and it touches Vitaly.
Vitaly
Oh,
still running hot with the Queen Jack, and you got to think he's got to make a bet out here. You know, there's some possible straight draws, possible flush draws. Yep, and he does continue, and what is it? Everyone's going to fold, right?
Yeah, nobody can call.
And he takes down another pot. So Vitaly making some nice hands, but not getting a lot of action out of him.
But he's still chipping up $200 at a time.
Boom, and he shows the jack, right? So, you know, just wanting to let the players know, hey, I'm not out here bluffing every pot. I got it sometimes.
It does. Thank you so much. Yes.
And we got Michael Moyer under the gun. He's out here about every day, you know, seeing some flops here at the cash games. He decides to lay it down. King 4 clubs under the gun. You know, with the way this table's playing, you know, I wouldn't hate, you know, speculating there for $5, right? You got a suited king.
Right.
Bang, bang, bang. Rain flopping trips and Boogie getting trapped again, leading out for 15. And Rain goes right away with the check raise. And what can Boogie do here?
Just fold.
What can Boogie do? I mean, Rain's got about $200 left in his stack. Wow. Boogie doesn't believe. And you know, that's probably why Rain went for the immediate check raise, right? Just hoping it looks bluffy. Now, what do you like from Rain? A check. I love the way Rain's playing this hand. I love it. He goes for the check raise. Wait. And he doesn't bet? Oh, I spoke too soon, Doug. I was loving the way he played the hand. He went for the check raise on the flop. He went for the check on the turn, saying, hey, I was just bluffing, right? I didn't have anything on the flop, and I was expecting a big bet on the river, but, you know, maybe he put a Boogie on some missed diamonds.
Yeah.
Right? And he's hoping Boogie would bet that river. He's seen Boogie make some bluffs.
Boogie was on the button, so he can't. Well, yeah, and he's on the button, so he can. Maybe he's trapping. I don't know.
Or what do you think? He might have had a better deuce?
I don't know.
Do
I
you
doubt
think he
it.
was worried about his kicker?
I doubt it. I don't think he was ever not confident in that hand. Maybe he checked, just hoping he bluffed like he did there the whole time.
Right, yeah. He's been, you know, known to bluff here in tonight's stream and, you know, was setting him up like, hey, I didn't have shit. The diamonds missed. Why don't you take a stab at it?
Right.
So, you know, I understand the line of thinking there. And it's also hard to get paid by a 4 there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The 10, the jack roll off. I mean, unlikely to connect with your range, but, you know, it's also a scare card to the 4. So, you know, I think it's a creative way that he played the hand, and I don't mind it at all.
I guess we're doing a bomb pot.
Yep, everybody loves a bomb pot.
We're going to do a Omaha bomb pot. PLO.
4-card bomb.
High only, for those who don't know. So you're going to play 2 cards out of your hand and 3 on the board. And you're going to have 2 full boards, flop, turn, and river. So the $10 ante will let you see both flops for free. Not really for free, for $10.
And this has the potential just to, you know, get some stacks in. I mean, anytime you do a bomb pot, anything can change, right?
Right. So first board, we got King 8-3, all hearts, and then 5-5-9 with the 5 of clubs and the 9 of clubs. So let's see what kind of hands we're looking at.
And I don't think we're going to get the table graphics on this one.
We will.
We will?
We will. Or we should.
I think that, it's possible the stream needs to be set up for 4-card. Oh,
No,
there you go.
there we
You're
go.
right. What do I know, Tug? Sometimes I just keep talking and talking myself into a trap.
All right.
Vitali's got the aces.
Ooh.
Travis.
He says pot, but it's just 90. Let's see
Josh
what
with the
Travis
jokes.
has. Where's Travis's hand? Jack 9, 7, 5. So he's got 5s full of 9s. Let's see. You got Old Man River. So you got Zach has a 3. He has trip 3s.
But you got to be worried about the flush out there. And nobody has a heart flush. Incredible. I mean, how often do you see that?
Never. Vitaly calls with his aces.
Vitali thinking what? He's probably good on one board, and he's got the backup flush draw.
Yeah, or he's thinking he can hit an ace on either board. I'd like to see I don't know.
Oh, but Travis already has a boat.
Mike making the call.
They're probably done out there.
All right, queen 9. So let's see. Queen or a 9 would hurt Travis. 5, 6. So you're gonna have Vitaly would have aces and then 9, 5.
Yep, and
Zach's sitting
check,
there like
check,
I had
and-
a 3.
and Michael,
Zach's just with that look on his like
Michael
I had a 3.
thinking, wow.
I folded a damn. That's what he said. It. I folded it. Yep. That's brutal.
Yep, and it's going to be a chop pot between
Chop pot,
Travis and
Travis
Vitaly.
So for those who don't realize, so like I said, we have 5s full of 9 on top, and the aces are going to be good on bottom. Looks like Corey's about to leave.
Is that allowed?
What?
Can you leave?
Yeah.
Thought we were locked in here.
No, it's a free game. That's why we had a couple of guys leave already and swap out.
Appreciate you coming out, Corey. You played great and won some nice pots. We'll see you next time. Back to some regular hold'em. About 10 minutes left in this Kojak's Thursday night stream. Once again, don't forget about next month's WTPC series with over 100,000 guaranteed. Got the mystery bounty, the $100 rebuy, the freeze out, the Texas stack with 15,000 guaranteed, the $50 frenzy with the 5K guaranteed. $50 gets you your share of a 5K prize pool. The PLO, the round of each, the Big O, the 20,000 high roller, 980 buy-in. And the main event with the 25,000 guarantee. Don't forget, all these guarantees will probably be smashed. That main event is going to take place on, it looks like June 1st is when the high roller commences. And then June 2nd is the main event, $360 buy-in, 25K guarantee. And, it's just going to be a great event, a great series. And we'd love to see you out here at Kojak's. And back to some action here. Not a lot of connections here for our players. Mike with the 6-5 offsuit. Zach with the king-6 hitting the muck. Robert taking it down with a $40 bluff and with ace-4. And we haven't seen too much from Robert. He hasn't been dealt too many big hands. But
It's the bluff with the best hand, though.
Yep, and it takes one down. Sometimes that's what you got to do, right? You got to fold for 3 hours and hopefully win one pot, and you get to go home and say, "Look, honey, we can buy a purse tomorrow. I won $200." And
I don't know what kind of purse you're buying for 200 because I've seen people pay thousands.
yeah, but my wife really isn't into purses that much. But you're right. I mean, some of these purses go up to what, $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000. That's
and with
crazy.
the way they play here, you could definitely go home and be like, "Babe, look, I won 2,000."
I got you a Gucci purse. Yeah, I definitely won't be spending $5,000 on a purse anytime soon, but you might.
I definitely wouldn't.
Vitaly picking up the 10-8 of clubs here, raising it to 10.
Jason Kings.
Another premium, popping it $60. And Vitaly ain't going anywhere. He loves these type of hands.
Mike playing it with the Jack 10 off.
Right, looking to figure out a way to win a pot here, and
Travis gonna follow with his ace 5. He said, "I saw Vitaly do it. Let me see if I can do it."
a new challenger entering the ring.
Do we got Mo? Is that no? That's Tom.
Tom, putting a nice session in last night, right?
Yep.
Rain putting it in with the king 9. Gonna need a lot of help here.
A lot of gamble.
10-6 of clubs for Vitaly.
But it was suited. The biggest excuse
Yep.
to play whatever.
It's suited. And
Ooh, 10
Jack
Jack.
9-4.
10 Jack. Mike might.
Now this is a spot I'd like to see Jason check, right?
I don't really like a check here.
Okay.
The 10 Queen or something. I mean, Rain just betting his 9.
Now with Rain stack size, what are you thinking? Just pop him? He's like, hey, there's
Definitely
enough
gotta
in
raise
the, he's got there's enough in this pot. I don't need to get too tricky. Let's just see where everybody's at.
Yeah.
Yep, and here we go again. I mean, Michael loves to get sticky when he hits a pair,
I mean, he got top pair.
but he's facing a raise from a three better pre-flop.
I mean, for sure, but
Anything can happen here at Kojak's Tug. I mean, he could he could hit a 10, a jack on a turn. Maybe he has a plan. Maybe he's a man with a plan. They're sitting $1,300 deep. I could see Michael getting creative and turn top pair into a bluff. Now, what's Rain going to do? I mean, he might feel committed to this pod. He's only got, 100 and 250 total behind. And this is kind of the danger of sitting with a shorter stack, right? You put some chips in the pot, and all of a sudden you feel committed. So I'd like to see him lay it down. I mean, you're facing a raise and a call. King 9's going to be, doing terrible in that type of situation.
Rain folds is what I heard. Yep.
Heads up. And you see that look that Jason gave Michael there. What are you calling my raise with?
Oh, the 10.
Yep, and now Michael's open-ended. A 7 or a queen.
He's only got a quarter of the deck.
And he did exactly what I thought he would do. He Michael, just an impressive player, deciding to say, you know what? It's very, very turning top pair into a bluff. It's very, very unlikely that, my hand is good. I put my opponent on some type of overpair that he has, and I'm just gonna stuff it in his face and take down the pot. I mean,
What a sick play.
what a sick play, and that's why he's a dangerous player, right? The 8 on the turn is a scary card on that type of board,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. And he has the 10, so he's just he can put that pressure.
Yeah, he's saying, you know what? I could have a set of 10s here. I could have a straight. I could have a set of, 8s.
He can have anything, but he definitely would not be calling the 150 with 8s. I don't think he was ever scared of that. I believe he was doing the 10 queen rep.
Yeah, that's a impressive play there from Michael, and I'm glad we got to see it because we talked about it earlier. He's one of the most dangerous players that we have here at Kojak's, and seeing what he's capable of there. I'm writing it down in my head. I'll tell you that much.
For sure. Noted. Tom 1550.
And that's the danger of trying to go two streets with an overpair, because against good players, they're going to put you in 6 spots.
Oh yeah.
If Jason checks there, he gets to see that river, and now it's really hard for Michael to take the pot away because he's just going to shove 1,300 in at that point.
Yeah.
Unlikely, right? He's going to have to go $600-700, and he might get called. So when by Jason betting there, it really put him in a situation where he can have the pot taken away from him.
Tom's starting out very aggressive with a queen 9 of spades, raising to 40, and Vitaly, just any cards, just ace deuce, just let's go. Boogie making the call as well.
Very sexy hand, queen 9 of spades, one of my favorites. Vitaly says, you know what? I got 2,300 in my stack. I'm not folding an ace.
Let's see what we got. Zach with the queen 8 of diamonds.
And this is
Very
going to
similar hand.
Yep, and this is going to be the last hand of our stream. But I mean, wow, we could have ended up on that last one with Michael going crazy.
I don't know if this is the last time. Let me verify that real quick. Give me 1 second.
Correction. About another 15 minutes of play. Vitali again.
Just getting there.
Wow. And I'd love to see Vitali go for an over pot size bet here. Just make it super bluffy, get max value, and he goes
150.
Okay. He wants to get paid, right? And he does. Can't hate him for that. And bang, flips it over. And Boogie's sick.
Mm-hmm.
He said, that's enough for me.
Enough. That can be very tilting when that happens.
Vitaly has a sleeper for 10 put on. Rob folds, straddle for 10.
Sounds like we got a $10 straddle by Vitali.
Mike raises to 30. Zach folds. Travis calls.
It's just because you were on the button.
Tom calls.
I opened.
Vitaly calls. 4 players.
Travis with the 7-4.
Vitaly checks.
Ace deuce again for Vitali.
Mike bets 40.
Hitting that deuce. Mike gets a flush draw.
Tom folds.
Makes a C bet.
Vitaly calls. Heads up. Vitaly checks. Mike bets 140.
$140. And Vitali lays it down.
I don't know who sponsored them on their clothes. You know what I'm saying? Who sponsored them?
Was it Michael stood up and said,
They did at that point. They're already living on credit.
Vitaly straddles for 10. Rain calls. Jason calls. Jason folded. Michael folded. Zach folded. Travis calls. Tom raises to 50. Rob folds.
Catching up on the hands. Let's see.
Rain folds. Travis folds.
Ace 9, 7s.
Chris, how much longer is the live?
Tom raises. Vitali makes a fold. Fold, fold.
The action is the live stream itself is going to be running until 10 o'clock. After 10 o'clock, the game will continue, but it's no longer going to be live stream.
That's one thing. You know why? Because his family wants watches today. That's why.
Okay. My independent fact checker just got to me, said that they're going to verify those sources, but we'll let you know here shortly.
Alrighty. Anything exciting while I was gone there, Tuck?
Not at all, and it's tug.
What do we got going on tomorrow, Tug?
Tomorrow we got the Friday free roll.
What time does that start?
It's gonna be at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. And is that a 2,000 guarantee?
That is a 2K guarantee.
Wow, you gotta love it. 2,000 guaranteed. Come in, have a beer, take your shot at about an 800 to 900 first place prize. We got these free rolls Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see the cards, so generally I don't know.
Jason gets the suited 7-8. We had Josh coming back from dealing the final minutes of the stream, so he's gonna come do some commentating.
I'm gonna try to.
Vitaly's been on a little bit of a roll these last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting to see him go on a little bit of a tear. It is interesting watching the dynamics on the table, because obviously, there are players who will play differently based on who's in the hand with them.
For sure.
And I think Vitaly has that ability to draw that out of people just because he does show a lot of bluffs or missed cards, or because he's so actionable, you either have an opportunity to play big against him or lose big against him.
Yep.
It's just kind of
like the boogie with the king and against the ace deuce. Like, it shows his trip deuces. Like,
oh, facts. I mean, whenever you show trip deuces, it's just like because anyone else though, you're like, okay, this was raised decently pre-flop, right? I mean, what are the odds he has a deuce in his hand? What is a deuce in his range at that price pre-flop? For Vitaly, any two cards.
Any two cards. Literally.
It is likely that any two cards are at play, and so you're going to play big or you're going to lose big. I mean, it's pretty fun to watch from that perspective.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen a couple hands where he 3-bet with 5-6 off and stuff like that. He seemed to get under Travis's skin a little bit over there too.
He did a little bit, but at the same time, I think it's just his style of play.
Yeah, his
because you can't predict it very well.
No, not at all.
And Travis likes to be able to predict things to an extent, and so whenever he can't do that, it's frustrating.
Yeah,
he can't adapt to that play style.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just saying that it's
harder.
much harder to adapt to that play style.
But Vitaly's also that guy that if he's playing, you want to be in the game with him. You want to play with him.
Yes and no. Depends on whether or not I feel like going on a roller coaster ride or not that afternoon.
Do I want to go to Six Flags today or not?
Yeah,
See, like right here, Vitaly flops is straight. Then you got top pair for Rain. You got a gut shot for Tom. Like, no, he's going to get trips and still not be good.
Yeah, and as you watch Vitaly, and like this goes along with everything else he's done. If he flops a decent hand, he bets it. If he doesn't flop a hand, he bets it.
Yeah.
So, Rain's coming along because he just turned trips.
Yeah.
So in his mind, he's probably good.
Probably ahead.
There's a chance Vitaly might have the Jack 8.
Oh, that's just the worst card for him to have the Queen 3 because Vitaly could bet this.
Yeah,
probably will bet this.
And here's the thing too, Vitaly, he's gonna think his straight's good. He's betting. He's not getting raised at all. And so in Rain's mind, Rain sucks out. It's just he might have thought he was good the whole way.
Yeah.
However, he did suck out here.
And there's 175, and he's got 170 effective. He's never folding.
I mean, it'd be pretty insane to fold in that.
Yeah,
spot.
for sure.
And you did hear one of the things that's challenging about dealing in that room is whenever they have that door open and you're constantly trying to talk to someone who's walking in.
Oh, yeah.
And so here you hear me try to make sure that I understood the action correctly, just to make sure. Because next thing I know, I look up and there's just
Chips in.
There's chips and cards everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, what was the? And you see me pointing. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so it went bet call, right, or bet raise call, and it went bet raise call. So Vitaly does lead the river. You know, he's not getting raised at all. The board does pair. He's just gonna keep pushing it.
Yeah.
And so we see he did end up betting 150, and Rain ends up doing the pretty quick snap shove for 170, and of course Vitaly's never folding for that 20.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And you do see Tom over there. Tom is sipping on our complimentary Michelob.
There we go. Yep, because we just got 2 fresh kegs today, actually.
So feel free to come on in. We do have 2 games currently running, 2 games and complimentary beverages. I prefer those of the caffeinated variety, enough to power a small engine. Also known, I can't tell you because I'm not gonna put a plug in. We're not sponsored by them, so they don't get free advertisement.
Don't do that one.
Once they start sending me free merch, I'll start commentating on them.
Oh, we see Lou just jumping in the game, too.
Yeah, and Lou's another one that likes action.
Yep.
You know, it's gonna go one of 2 ways with Lou. If there is action on the table, he provides action.
Yeah, and then he's willing to get his stack up pretty high just to do. He's waiting for that one spot just to get all the money.
You know, so we have ranges for our cash games. It's 2 to 800 for this game, or 70% of the big stack. Lou moved over from a very similar, an identical table, so he is obligated to bring his whole stack.
Yep.
But we do have a lot of players that anytime they come in, they want to know what's the deepest they can buy in, just so they can be able to provide that action.
And that is what Lou does. He will walk in, go to the table first, and say, "What can I buy in for?"
And as we were just talking about that, very first hand,
Raises.
he's gonna raise.
gonna-
I think he's looking at 20 in front of him, and he makes it about 125.
He 3 bets just to 125 real quick. Yeah, Zach raises. Of course, Tom calls. Let's see what he has. With kings. Just
Okay,
wakes up with
yeah,
kings on the button.
First hand on the button. 3 bets at 120 with pocket kings. Looks like a squeeze play, right? Because he's
Yeah.
got 4 players in front of him that all called the $20 bet.
And he
Top set.
top set real quick.
Poker's easy.
And Tom takes a stab. Oh, no, he
They went check bet.
check bet. Yeah,
So Tom does have 4 outs.
he does. All deuces.
Any deuce will be good. It goes check. Tom. So of course Tom's gonna check. Lou bets 275, and then fold. Quick fold.
And then Lou, unlike a lot of people, he doesn't want to show that card. He doesn't want to show his kings. He doesn't want you to know anything that he's betting.
No, because he provides that action, but at the same time he wants to leave that suspense, that kind of mystery. You know, right? If he just gives away his free playbook,
Yep.
you know, like here, by the way, here's how to read Lou, right? You know, so of course anyone who sits down at the table with him is gonna be like, okay, so this bet sizing, this kind of
Yep, yep.
this kind of line that he took.
He's not going to give any leaks that he at all.
Zach folded, so it is a straddle for 10. Rob folds. Vitaly raises to 20.
I do believe we only have a couple more hands for this stream.
That would make sense, because I'm dealing right there and I'm back here talking. And that's kind of really weird. Cloning is real. Welcome to 2023. All right, so Vitaly is going to choose to 4x this with suited connectors.
I don't mind it. I do like suited. I like suited connectors, but everyone wakes up with something here. You got a couple suited connectors. You got pairs.
Yeah, you have Tom with pocket sixes that 3 bets to 100 gets the snap call from Vitaly. Rain, who had Tom crushed with pocket sevens, is quick to get out of there.
Mike might make the call with the 6-7. Yep, there he goes.
And here comes Mike with the 6-7 suited connectors as well on the button.
And only 2 outs to hit a pair.
And then Vitaly gets his 10, 10-9, 2 pair. You got Mike with a gut shot.
Tom, on the other hand, with his pocket sixes, decides he's going to take the aggressive action, and he's going to bet 200. So under the gun, first act, he's gonna lead 200 into the loose cannon and Mike.
Just called. Mike makes the right fold.
And that's the other thing about playing against Vitaly, too. If you watch his facial expressions, he just looks like he's bewildered out of his mind right now.
Every hand. So he gets
Tom wanting to continue the action, decides he's leading for 400 again. So he's going to, takes that double the first bet kind of lead.
Yep.
Vitaly wastes no time earning that all-in button.
Shoot. I stepped in it.
But at the same time, look at Vitaly's expression. Vitaly's expression is
still confused, still bewildered.
Like, not entirely sure what you have, but I have a 10.
And a 9.
Oh, he has 2 pair. Okay. So at this point, I didn't see that second pair. I only saw the top pair. 2 pair makes more sense here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Vitaly would want him to have an ace, but
Mike's already put in $700 in the pot, too.
Tom did.
I mean, Tom did, not
Yeah.
Mike. Tom.
So he's already committed 700 to it. He only has about 400 behind. So
Yeah.
Vitaly's like, here we go. We're just gonna rip.
He said, if you have an ace, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna make sure you don't hit your kicker. But he didn't even. Little does he's drawn to 2 outs.
Not even that. Because Mike folded a 6.
Oh, Mike did fold a 6. Actually, 6, 7 of hearts. Drawn to 1 out.
I like one-outers. Makes poker fun.
See, this would have been this with Richard, Lou, everyone. These are some action players.
Yeah, this lineup right here is a good game.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's gonna get because this game's gonna progress throughout the night.
Oh, yeah.
So just because this live stream might be ending soon, players just understand that we are gonna be running. I mean,
This game.
I think I have enough caffeine to power me through about 7 in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, it possibly very well could.
I mean, I'm sitting on about 600 milligrams.
Yep.
So, I mean, we're going to be good. So we have 2 games going to be running all night. Feel free to stop in and come join us, get in on some of this action. But, I mean, this
Don't think
lineup
because
right here,
this live stream is over that this game is done. This is not going to be done. They're still going to keep playing.
All right, so moving on to this hand. So Tom's taking the lead aggressive again pre-flop. So he's going to raise to 30 with Queen 10 offsuit. Vitaly, of course, nemesis number 1 is going to call him with Queen 7 suited.
And Vitaly can hit with this one because he stacked me the other day with this. I had ace queen, and we flop a queen. It goes runner 7. Let's see. He's got 2 clubs. Vitaly flops a flush draw.
Richard and Tom opt.
Jason has a set of 3s. Oh.
Yeah, so Jason's going to flop bottom set here. Vitaly is going to flop the queen high flush draw. And of course, Vitaly is going to opt to bet it and try to maximize his value if a club does come.
Yep. Tom floats with the queen 10. Draw into 1%.
So you're saying there's a chance. Nah, not anymore.
No.
So king of spades on the turn. Vitaly is going to miss his flush. Jason, with his bottom set, still good for right now, has about 86% equity in this hand, decides to lead for 125.
And Vitaly just lays it down.
Unfortunately, the 2 action players at the table just didn't have anything to continue with.
Yep.
And so he is going to go ahead and take that pot down for $210 profit.
And that looks like that was the last hand of the live stream.
So that was the last hand of the live stream, and but like I said, you see me changing the cards out, so we are changing them out for the regular cards. This game is going to continue for most of the evening, if not all of it, but we do have multiple cash games. Feel free to come in and get in on those. And then don't forget, we do have our weekly tournaments that we're still running, and then we have our West Texas Poker Series coming up here in May.
Yep.
So I've taken a look at this, just kind of putting a little insert here. But I've taken a look at our poker series that we have coming up, and there is an opportunity for all of our tournament players to get in here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we have everything from mystery bounties, $100 rebuys, freeze outs, our Texas stack, $50 frenzy. So if you want to just get in on some crazy action,
Yep.
Unfortunately, I spend a lot of money on those because
yeah.
I get involved in all that crazy action. PLO, Round of Each Big'O, we have our high roller, and of course our main event. So there is a tournament just about for everyone out there.
Yep.
We will be running cash games throughout that as well. If you have any questions about the West Texas Poker Series, feel free to stop into Kojak's, ask any of us. We'll be able to give you one of our little pamphlets that'll give you all the information as far as the buy-ins. We have plenty of guarantees throughout this series. There's over 100,000 guaranteed.
Jesus.
So, I mean, like I said, lots of good action coming up here at the end of May. Come in, stop by, grab any of us and talk to us about it, and we'd be more than happy to be able to explain that to all of you.
Yep. But thank y'all for coming, for watching us, and hope to see y'all out here soon.